boom. Teach them. Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Dem YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
Broadcasting live.
We will broadcast
live. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night. Good night, everybody. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to this live stream. Not an extra class, just primarily to provide some conversation around the aftermath and recovery effort in relation to the passage of Hurricane Melissa, and also try to put a few things into context as to why you may not have heard from your family and friends or your loved ones who reside wherever in in Western Jamaica, from St. Elizabeth to Westmoreland to Hanover to parts of St. James, even parts of St. Anne to Trelawney. You understand? I know a lot of people are still trying to get in touch with their family and friends, and it has proven futile. Up to this point, the unfortunate situation is that especially people who reside in the main impact zone, which would be close to the eye wall, the outskirts, will not be able to communicate out anytime soon unless they probably have access to a Starlink, and they still need, electricity to do so. So maybe they have solar or so, but as it relates to the conventional telecommunications network and the GPS grid, those would have been completely decimated in some areas. It will be a very long, a very difficult, and in some instances, a very slow and painstaking road to recovery. I went around Western Jamaica yesterday I started in St. Anne. Well, I'm from St. Catherine, so I would have used the north-south leg of the highway, come out in St. Anne and checked through Trelawney, St. James, parts of Hanover, parts of Westmoreland, parts of St. Elizabeth, back through Manchester, through Clarendon, back to St. Catherine. So I would have gone through 8 parishes in total yesterday. And some of the things that I have seen are absolutely heartbreaking. Some people at this point in time has nothing except the clothes on their backs and their lives. That is the reality that we are treating with. I uploaded highlights because that is what it is. It's not like I walk up and down through a community and all of them something, and I did not even venture into the interior of these parishes. It was mostly along the coast and the main road network. Zane, so I can only imagine what is happening in some deeper communities that I did not get an opportunity to visit yesterday. The relief situation, and it can't just be the government this time. That alone won't suffice. Whatever the government do won't be enough. Whatever citizens and government do won't be enough either. Whatever government, citizens, and international partners and donors do will not be enough in the short term. But over a period of time, things will get better. It is rough, peeps. During the live streams, I would have pointed out that, and the analogy that I used at the time was that anywhere where landfall occurs and where the eye wall and the outer section of the eye wall impact, it will be like you use a sledgehammer to break an egg. So said, so done. I would have also expressed my worst fears for Black River, seeing that in the morning, into the afternoon, into the evening, up to when the system was to make landfall, Black River was the developed area that was at greatest risk of being wiped away. And as the system was about to make landfall, it started trekking further towards White House, where it made landfall in New Hope. I would have driven through New Hope yesterday, and we really need New Hope for New Hope. Black River, still, even though they did not get the hammer blow that was predicted, they were close enough to landfall, where Black River also has been, in many regards, decimated. And they escaped the worst, and they still ended up. So just imagine if landfall had occurred near Crawford, as was predicted, or even Paroti, as was the second prediction. So it's what it is. But we're not even dwell upon that right now. Where we are right now as a country is that many residents, Jamaicans who reside along the western belt and in the interior of the... I mean, one whole heap of sitting. I'm soon telling you something, but we have more important things to talk about first than my trivial problems. You understand what I say? Let me switch over to hardwire connection. You may have a little issue first. You see me? So that is the situation. I know that people are frustrated, understandably so. People are worried, understandably so. Some people are even upset in many regards, understandably so. I'm hearing, complaint, and there will always be complaint about governmental response and national agencies and how they respond. Thing is that it would have been very difficult to reach many areas in some of these parishes up to yesterday. See, Wednesday morning, that was the morning after the hurricane, I went out and miscalculation, I decided to enter from St. Elizabeth. So my idea was to go St. Elizabeth, go around Westmoreland as best as possible, through to Hanover, through to St. James, through to Trelawney, which was the access of main impact. I only made it to Lacovia on Wednesday, and I was on the road for about 9 o'clock Wednesday, and I turned back in Lacovia. It was and Lacovia, Santa Cruz was on the outskirts of the main activities. See? And I spent the entire day on the road trying to get to Lacovia, trying to get to wherever I can get to, but Lacovia was the furthest. I'm reached back at my yard. I also had intentions to go on the road Thursday morning now, which was the following day, but also to take it from St. Anne, Trelawney, and go around. I woke up midday Thursday. My body just gave out. I had intended to wake up and go back on the road, but after the streams over the weekend and into Tuesday, and also going back on the road Wednesday all day, frustration in traffic, detour, all sort of something, dealing with indiscipline on the road and discourtesy and all them, it was a mess. So I slept late on Thursday, so I couldn't get to go anywhere. So I went on the road yesterday. On Wednesday, so it wasn't bad between St. Catherine, where I am at, and to say like Santa Cruz. We got there relatively okay. There were some issues in Goshen, because a lot of Goshen was underwater during the hurricane, apparently. So even Wednesday morning, some places were still underwater, and I didn't even bother post those videos from Wednesday. Like, I was so exhausted. And whenever I get back lighted at the time, electricity came back late Wednesday night. So when I drop asleep Wednesday, a Thursday afternoon before we wake up back. So it was so difficult. Santa Cruz was a mess. If the road was split in two, for some community washed down in the square, mud there, Market Street mash up. The back road light too, it was crazy. And then now everybody I try, I guess, to reach family members in St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland from this side, and the traffic was crazy. Like it was so awful. You understand? Just to show you, say it would have been and the hope that I was holding on to on Wednesday was the fact that ahead of us we were told that there are a couple of ambulances that were heading to Black River to transfer patients from Black River to other hospitals. So I'm saying if the ambulances are in front of us, there must be steps taken along the way to clear at least a single lane path so we can proceed. But even if we did go through Lacovia, we couldn't go through middle quarters, because I drove through middle quarters last night and my vehicle is not the smallest vehicle, it's not the biggest vehicle, but like that my vehicle couldn't have traveled through those waters Wednesday morning. See? Because I'm sure that the water would have drawn a bit and it was still a lot of water. Many places in middle quarters are still underwater. So I made the decision that the next day, which is Thursday, we have got the route that I took yesterday, but me not wake up until almost 12 o'clock. I guess my body was just telling me that I needed to. I know people rest. I know people were out there waiting for some update, waiting to see what happened, waiting to see if them will hear. I know. And then now, the next part of the story is this. So after light, we have a laugh, you know. After light come back, Saturday, Wednesday night, Zane, the internet seemed okay-ish, but I wasn't going to do anything that night. Probably post the video. I was tired. Bring on my bed. Zane, after I wake up midday Thursday now and said me I got probably post the video, the internet started being a little bit iffy, my ISP, which is Digicel. And it's understandable. Now you know me have Starlink as my backup. So me I say, all right, teacher hype. Redeploy Starlink. Starlink now connect. So the main cable from the dish to the router, me decide, because I still at the average original, I have to buy a longer one. So change it, Starlink activated, connected, boom, boom, boom. By the time I go to boom, so for button up everything and clean up the new wire when I run, Starlink, nothing again, no connection, no nothing. And then I say then bad luck, something over. But I had nothing to complain about. I know that people didn't have water, light, nothing at all. So that was very simple for me. It wasn't an issue. I would have reached out to Starlink, and apparently there's an issue with the dish, and they would have, at no extra cost to me, sent off already a new unit, which is even, I had the Gen 2, the articulated model, them send the Gen 3 model come give me. So I guess it worked out. Didn't reach it, but yeah. So that a whole heap of little things. So that's why I'm not even up the upload. And then me there road all day yesterday. And then from there on the road, the cell service, there are many parts in the country where people are accumulating, gathering just to get cell service. Right along from St. Ann around to Westmoreland, that was the case in many areas. All the gas stations that were open, you know, like when KFC drive through full on the line out the road in a traffic, that was the gas stations were 3-4 times that yesterday everywhere. Any point where there was fresh water available, massive crowds. That is the situation that we are treating with in this country. You understand what I say? So whatever, I never experienced no impact per se from the hurricane, God be good, except I lost electricity. And to be honest with you, some things when me see yesterday, I would have happily done without electricity for a month without complaining after me see what me see yesterday. Like, those little things are nothing except the fact that, you know, me have children in the house and, you know, them something they go because, yeah, but apart from that, me personally would have been okay with the situation compared to some. I saw some people yesterday, especially in Westmont, just sitting down in front of what is left of their house. In some cases, nothing. Or the structure without the roof or window and just looking. I try my best not to record those people. I say, man, sit down on them roof, just a look. Just in a daze. Some of the images that some of the images that I saw yesterday are extraterrestrial in nature. When you watch space type of show, you see these type of landforms and them something that it is It is absolutely crazy. So I'm going to say all of that now to get back to the point that I'm making. See? It is going to be a long road to recovery. What I am hoping against all hope is that there will not be any outbreak of any waterborne diseases, or there will be an uptick in the mosquito population, that there will not be any spread of any mosquito-borne diseases, and all of them something like I don't know. Also, a lot of people have been reaching out to me, even from Beryl, said, teach, want to send something for you to do something, and I have always said that no. I am very cautious when it comes on to taking people's money to do things. I have done it a few times based on the needs at the time and the situation, but I try my best to avoid same. However, I had always intended to do some personal relief efforts for Western Jamaica. Having seen what I saw yesterday, it is now my view that, I will relax that little thing that I may have when I say, I not do certain little things, because trust me, they will need it. Although, that being said though, I plan to go in on Monday on my first relief trip. In outer pocket, it is just what it is. So I'll start there. However, for the people who have reached out and are still interested, especially if you live in Jamaica now and you have physical items, because I always prefer that. However, there will be times when it will have to be monetary, and then me have to do things. I don't want to go to Western Union or no MoneyGram now either. Like, I can't deal with them lines neither. You understand what I say? If you have physical items of clothing, first and foremost, especially for children. You understand? Most of your children now are outgrowing some things and some shoes and them something there. I am willing to come pick them up wherever. That's me kind of put myself in a stretcher. But that is what it is. Bedding items, sheets, all of them something there, blankets, tarpaulin if you have access to those things, non-perishable food items, all of those things, toiletries, as in tissues, soaps, toothpaste, toothbrush, sanitary napkins, Pampers, for like whatever it is that you're able to put together and you can have it reach me. Whether even because I will have to go in a number of times based on how the thing look. So if you can organize those things and have them reach me, if you're not near me, you want to send it via Nuts for the Express, it's not a problem. If I meet at a central point, it's not a problem. If you want to carry them, I not even want people know me live. If you want to carry them come to my yard, me accept them. Change me address after you left. So that is the situation that we are treating with at this point in time. Yes, Moonlight, and you see, being careful. Yesterday, me I drive and me I say, boy, my vehicle has been through hell and high waters trying to gather footage after the passage of Beryl and now Melissa. Like, my vehicle, I don't know, like, it has been rough and bumpy rides. You understand? Some very treacherous parts in some instances. We don't take risks, unnecessary risk or undue risk. If we can't go, we wait or we turn back. However, there have been some routes that we have taken that has put maximum strain on the vehicle and them something about here we go on. At the end of the day, at least people are seeing what is happening for themselves and get an understanding of why they may not be hearing from their family members and why they will probably not hear from them for a bit. You understand? That is the situation, Zane. Also, let me adjust a few little things because you see people, hurricane just damaged many sections of Jamaica. Zane? Yesterday wasn't a relief run. Those were always going to happen. But it doesn't mean that we did not do things for people on the way yesterday. Whether it was physical stuff or monetarily. So not because me no video them sitting there and put it. Because I see some comments about, you want to move from here, sir. You want to don't know what going on. First thing, I do so much behind the scene on this channel that you would not begin to believe. But we don't come here, and I have only done one thing publicly, probably two, that you probably know about, was the young lady in Glengough when we brought some money and bedding and stuff. And when Killer was doing something for Tiger, I had also contributed. I have contributed significantly to medication and doctor bills from some people you won't believe about here, so. And all of this. So don't come with your bag of chatting when you move from here. So look here, next thing, me running away. That is the next thing I need to understand. That's why I'm not really collect people money for do these things. You understand what I say? Because me serious them way there. You see me? So no matter what you're doing in this life, you're going to have some people that chat off them out. No, me only concerned about the people that when me see I suffer down so yesterday. You understand? So just know, say, not because me no need to put no camera in your face because me give you X or Y. We don't need to do that. You understand me? That wasn't my mission yesterday. And even when I started the relief team, I must necessarily video nobody. I will document it for people to see what is happening. Sure, fine. But my first thing is not to put a camera in somebody who may give something face. If that was the case, I would have had many videos of that nature. See? So that is it. Also, there are many people who are now using the disaster of Melissa as a means to earn for themselves. You have to be careful who you send your money, your hard-earned money to, and your resources to. There are governmental channels that are open for these things. You understand what I'm saying? So my recommendation is always to use the official governmental channels. And if you don't want to do that, then you find people who you trust their character and their integrity, and you do so if you're not able to do so for yourself. You understand what I say? So, peeps, that is the situation. That is just an overview of what is happening. I am telling you now, though, despite the fact that you are worried, despite the fact that you are concerned, you are anxious, you may not at this point in time be able to hear from your friends and family and loved ones for a bit. Why? Some places all light posts fall down, like every single one. Light wires have been broken. The cell sites were blown down in most places that I didn't have internet or cell connectivity at no point in time whilst I was in Westmoreland yesterday. None. Or St. Elizabeth. Until I got to probably about Gutters. And that is basically I go up in Manchester now. That is how bad the cell site situation, the cell coverage situation is. You understand? So it will be difficult. I know that at this point in time, I don't even know what the death toll is, to be honest with you. As I haven't been able to monitor the new situation, I have so many little moving parts of me I treat with on my side. Like, it is just, it's crazy, peeps. Like, if you don't watch the video yet, and I say the video is just surface level, like, it is so bad. You understand? I saw a number of people at the river yesterday swimming. Saw a lot of people catching water from different water sources along roadsides. I hope those people are at least boiling said water. I know I would have reached out to the supermarket that I use. I reached out to them earlier. Spoke to a supervisor. I'm supposed to go speak to the general manager tomorrow. I am also trying to get to somebody within PriceSmart, and some other supermarket, and all the other people. As I said, if you are able to provide any physical thing right now, I am sure it would be welcome. I plan to go back in on Monday. If I go in on Monday, I will definitely go back between Friday and Saturday. So I plan to go in 2 times for the week. Not sure what will happen next. Yeah, I hear you going down. Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, definitely. Mr. Florida. Just let me know where the clothes them there, if me can reach or you can get them to me and all of them something there. If you're on my route to it's not a problem for meet up somewhere, central and them something there. So we're gonna make the thing work. You understand? But right now, anything physical that would make somebody's life a little bit better at this point in time, feel free to reach out. I am willing to put them in whatever vehicle we use to go down. Because my vehicle won't be able to manage the things that I intend to. So I am in the process of also securing an IS bus to do that part of the work for the time being and them something there. So are them something there go on. It's a Category 5 hurricane, packing maximum sustained winds of 185 miles per hour with higher gusts MS. And as I said in the stream, various streams that I did, it was going to be, in some cases, total destruction. Yeah, man. So, bro, we will talk because, all right, sis, let's say a word. We're there. You see me? So that are the situation, peeps. I will also take a few calls. And when I go back in Monday, or whenever, if I am able to go to some specific location to establish contact between your family members, and I am also willing to do that. I would have gone in search of a few people yesterday as well, and contact would have been made. Zane, at least we know them all right, so we can relay that information there. Houses were damaged and roofs lost, but lives were preserved. So, that's a blessing. But I am also willing as best as I can to do that as well. Because I know how anxious people are. You see me? So it is just assessing yesterday. I know now exactly what is needed down there. And a lot of it is love and care. You understand? Just whatever it is you're able to, as I said, bedding, clothing, toiletries, food items, all of those tarpaulin, because a lot of roofs are just, and then it's not like the roof blow off and then nearby you can't pick bits up. Many of the roofs gone on one different parish. You understand what I say? So just link me. My every form of contact is in the description. The number 321-6425 that I got mad me for the next couple of months in terms of traffic, but it is just what it is. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I suggest you use the number now still. And if you call me one time and not get me, call me back. If you message me, I'm gonna get a reply immediately. Message me again. It may take a little time because, as you can imagine, many people are trying to reach. You understand? That is the situation that we are in. Right now, we have 91 unanswered messages on WhatsApp, just to show you. And maybe not try to clear them. So I haven't heard anything from my family. And which part of St. Elizabeth, Andrew? And which part of St. Anne? Anywhere help can forward from the people them needed. I agree, Garfield, totally, 100%. Zane, right, so Katabi is kind of listing out some of the things. Wipes, toilet paper, Lysol, Pine Sol, mask, Dettol, all of those things. Sanitary napkins, all of those things. Toothpaste, toothbrush, soap, everything that, we use on a daily basis to get by would be nice. You understand? Also, big water jugs, like bottles, them bottles where we full up for drinking water, some of those, because, even if you buy 100 cases of water, them little water, that will only serve so long and all of them something there. So, them something there, peeps. It is just a rough, Middlecourt, all right, so I drove through Middlecourt, Burn Savannah. I can't speak for Burn Savannah, but none of them places have cell connection. And in most cases, electricity, my friend. I drove through Santa Cruz back and forth on Wednesday, and also I drove through Santa Cruz last night. Santa Cruz is kind of, the town itself has been, traffic can flow now and all of them something. That wasn't the case on Wednesday. And a lot of, commercial activities were ongoing in Santa Cruz, but cell connectivity is a no-go. electricity also, most of the commerce was being powered by a generator or just battery powered lights and them something there. See? For middle quarters, no electricity. A lot of middle quarter is still flooded. See? There are parts of the road that at least probably 6 to 12 inches of water is still on the road in some parts of middle quarters. So I hope they are, one, alive, physically okay. However, that being good, you won't be able to hear from a lot of people for now unless they go out of parish. Because cell connectivity is non-existent in many parts of St. Elizabeth. And also electricity will be a problem for a long time. See? So I know you're anxious, but fear not. I'm sure that they are okay physically. Probably they are damaged to buildings and stuff, but them alright, man, physically. And they may need stuff, but communication will be difficult. You understand? Christopher, big up yourself, friend of mine, bro. Daily, Jaja, big up yourself, bro. It's good to see you. It's been a long time. You see me? Yeah, man. Bro, Mr. Florida, like, one of the things that I will be eternally grateful for is, because remember, one of the forecasts was landfall in Clarendon, cutting across St. Catherine, exiting in St. Mary. I am forever grateful that that prediction did not hold. It's just a reality. I am very sorry that it made landfall at any point in time. But brother, some places I can tell you would have been blown away, especially in Kingston, where the living condition is very substandard in many communities, especially in deep inner city communities. That is just a reality. And I'm like, this is just what it is now. A lot of those people would have probably not survived this. You understand? Like, it is just, bro, it's rough. Like, when I tell you it's rough, and there have been situations where systems have traveled from east to west, affecting all parishes significantly. Gilbert for one. If Melissa had done that, like, we would have been set back for decades as a nation. That is just a reality. I hope also that going forward out of this, lessons would have been learned, and some areas should be classified as disaster zones and not fit for settlement. Because the reality is, hopefully this is the only system like this we will experience in our lifetime. But the reality is that is not always how it works. And we may have to be having similar conversations sometime down the road. Hopefully not. But this is just an opportunity to also learn. But we come back to that in our future, because right now, help is needed. Like, a lot of help is needed. Also, when we hear the help conversations come up, it is generally St. Elizabeth and Black. Let me get that. However, as bad as those areas are, White House, the whole White House stretch is in a state of need. Let me put it that way. Hey, Chrissy, how are you? It's good to see you. Zane? Also, I will also definitely do a video about roofing, because I have made observations between Beryl and Melissa and see roofs that have survived even if the cladding has been removed, as in the zinc or whatever you use. The roofs that are built a particular way and have a seal on the, what we call them, the lot, or the 2x4 them, see? Before you put on whatever cladding, those roofs tend to survive. And there's a reason behind that. I'll definitely do a video showing evidence as to why we need to also consider these things when we are roofing our homes. Yeah, I know it will be a little bit more expensive and take a little bit more time, But whichever way, it's going to be expensive. If you don't do it that way there, it's going to cost you in the long run, maybe even lives as well. So we need for also look into these things. Our building codes, especially along coastal areas, need to be readjusted. And well, I looked at anyways, and most importantly, enforced. There should be some areas where you can construct housing in a certain distance from the sea, especially if that area is relatively flat. Yeah, there are so many different lessons. You understand? And right now, we have a humanitarian disaster of the highest order. Make no mistake that the humanitarian disaster that we currently are facing now can be multiplied exponentially if the other impacts of systems of this nature start to manifest, like water contamination and waterborne diseases and mosquito proliferation and mosquito-borne diseases, and we need to treat with these things immediately so we can limit possible fallout from this. You understand? I haven't even gotten a chance to really pay attention to the governmental response so far. I will wrap my head around that. I had intended to do that this evening before I stream, but I had to go on the road and almost never get to stream. I reached home about 10 minutes before the stream start. You understand? So that is the situation that we are treating with. I also intend to go deeper inland in especially Westmoreland and Trelawney. You understand that? Me hear communities like Petersfield and Darliston. And even though I drove through Grangehill yesterday, I did not go deep into Grangehill. Just Grangehill Square, Morgan's Bridge, and place there. Many places in these parishes are in need of assistance. You understand? I know that many international agencies are rallying to provide. I know that also relief flights have been coming in and all. And I saw relief efforts being undertaken yesterday by the security forces, the police, and the military, and some other governmental agencies. However, it will take a lot of citizens to join this effort however you can. You understand? If it means one day you go and place go help with the cleanup process, it means if house are rebuild, you can go swing 2 bucket or push 2 sheet of zinc. It means that you can donate items that are in whatever it is. It will take a national plus international collaborative effort to provide some relief for these people. You understand? Like, I would have seen Southeast St. Elizabeth after the passage of Beryl, and now I have seen firsthand New Hope and the broader White House community, Zane, Bluefields, all of them place there, Ferris, all of them place there, Sav, Black River. These things are rough to deal with. You understand? Many people ran to shelter and the roof on the shelters disappeared. There were many places, based on my observation, where it was totally underwater during the passage of the system and after the system for hours. Like, you probably couldn't move nowhere. You understand? That is how the situation, how bad it was in some areas. There are some areas where there were total slope failures, landslides. Some areas where entire roads were washed out and washed onto main roads. Some houses simply collapsed. I mean, attack block and cement I don't know how much steel was in, but I saw where entire buildings caved in on themselves. Older buildings, newer buildings, whichever building. If they never built properly, gone. Containers flipped and carried away. Houses flipped upside down. Metal, like, I even where I am in St. Cathy, that is how Wednesday morning, you see, when I woke up and went out to pick up my bro, because me and him do the road when these things happen, see? I saw signs that were uprooted, pull out of the ground. You see the cement where them use for the footing, put on the signs and put on one place. But I saw signs that were them not pull out of the ground, you know. But the metal that hold up the signs were like this, horizontal to the ground. That is how strong some gusts in some parts of St. Catherine was. And I know based on where landfall took place, if some of these signs with metal poles and posts can look like this, perfectly parallel to the ground, that is how the bend took place. Imagine places like Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, St. Elizabeth. So even understanding how destructive these things can be based on the fact that, you know, I teach the content, the theory of these things for years. Seeing that, how those signs were bent by the will of Melissa so far out from the iron eye wall, I know that it couldn't be any. I see places where metal is like you take a shoes lace you tie. I mean, I talk no thin aluminum tube. Me talk steel. Family, General. One of the things though, the unfortunate, let me tell you one of the rough things that affected places like White House and New Hope especially. Even though they would have lost electricity probably early out, say probably by Monday night, some of those places never have electricity because wind from the outer bands and rain would have been affecting those areas. So light poles started breaking and falling early. So they would have lost electricity and in some cases communication a bit early. So they now know that there was going to be a direct hit, but it was going to probably be Treasure Beach or Black River. So close enough, you know, but you wouldn't have been hit directly. And as Melissa approached, lining up with the general Black River area, started to move up the coastline to White House, they wouldn't have known what was coming their way. No, there was no light, no communication. They would have been in the dark when the worst started happening. Because whilst we were on stream, we were all here expecting landfall in Paroti. If may I pronounce that correctly again, I still remember. See? Which was just south of Black River. Or to the east of Black River then. But the sister, Melissa, had one last trick up her sleeve. Remember, you know, all day, because I streamed from 5 p.m. on Monday night until 3:30 thereabout, and we were here watching every move that Melissa was making, every slowdown, every speed up, everything. Early in the day, she was supposed to make landfall close to a place called Parati. Yeah, that place I mean talk, Chrissy. It's just easy. Initially, it was supposed to be Crawford just above Black River. And that is why Black River was in the firing line for total devastation, because the storm surge that would have gone into Black River and inland would have been nothing that would have ever seen before. See? So it was Crawford first, then it switched to Parati after. So anywhere there, not very far apart, Black River was in the firing line. But as Melissa has done over and over and over, is pull something different that we weren't expecting. And she decided that it is not Crawford, it is not Parati, it is going to be New Hope. They would not have seen or known what was coming for them, because before they lost communication, they in their head knew that landfall would have been further down in St. Elizabeth and not up here so we did. So while the eye and eye wall would have impacted them, the hammer blow that they took would not be as severe and sustained as it would have been if it was Crawford or Purity or wherever else. They were in the dark, literally and figuratively. So it's like, boy, I don't know. So they were caught by surprise, I think, not in preparing for the storm, but the effects that they would have experienced for those hours would have been further January started rough. And also again, it did not turn out as 100% bad as it could have been. Why? Because after Melissa made that northeast beeline, she started increasing in her forward speed. So if she was still moving at 1 or 2 miles per hour, maybe New Hope would have disappeared and White House and these places, because the amount of time that those places would have been exposed to 180 odd miles per hour wind would have been a few hours long. Like, boy, I not even want to talk about this no more. Like, this thing had drained my energy like so much, and then yesterday again, I don't know, man. Just know, say, I really and truly feel it for White House and New Hope and those places, because those people were caught a bit off guard. They weren't expecting a direct hit, because there was no prediction that says that is where landfall would have been made. It would have been further down in St. Elizabeth. Yes, they would have been like not far from what happened now, but I am assuming that some people, when the thing really start get bad, they would have been like trying to figure out what is going on. You understand? Like, boy, I don't know, yeah, man. Peyton, one bro, G. I went through there yesterday, my bro, and it was extraterrestrial in nature, man. You understand? Like, the landscape has been transformed into things that we only see in a certain type of show. Like, I don't know. I'm assuming that you wouldn't have heard from your family and friends there as yet. If that is true, then that may continue for a bit longer based on what is happening down there. Like, utility poles the utility poles, like, you know, when you have all of a pencil and marker and crayon, you just set them and throw them up and them just land all. That is how the utility poles are. You understand? And the electrical wires are like you have card and you just tie them up and all them. Like, that is the situation. The cell poles, like, they are just snapped off in two in many places. Like, it rough. Then most of those communities, they see the cross the road down there. So. And with the wind and the storm surges beating those areas, plus with the flooding from just the rainfall alone. So flooding a come from half of the hill, flooding a come from the sea, wind is all around, in the, like, I don't know, yeah. It would have been, one of the blessings in the curse, I guess, is that the system made landfall during the daytime. So some of these people at least were able to see what was happening outside to a level. Because in 180 miles per hour, driving rain, you can't really see beyond your finger. But at least they would have been able to kind of have an understanding of the their bearings and what to do and what they could do or can't do because it was during the day. You understand? Yeah, my kind of sound a bit depressing now, but it's just the reality. I may have sound that way too on the morning of, on Tuesday morning into the day. I was just telling you like it is what to expect, what might happen. And this is not even me telling you, say, I told you. So, like, we know, we have seen these things affect other countries before. Maybe we don't pay as close attention to it because it is not really impacting us or our loved ones directly. But these things have been happening, you understand, Wilma, Katrina, all of the systems, Dorian, all of them, like, it rough. You see me? So I'm still tired too, yeah, man. Mentally, me still tired. And physically, I'm still tired. Mentally, I am exhausted. But emotionally is where I am most drained. Like, just doing the stream for such a long time over the days leading up to the system. And then spending the entire day Wednesday between Santa Cruz and Lacovia, like that was so infuriating. But then I understand, because even if we were able to proceed, we couldn't go through middle quarters. I'm sure there would have been too much water there, and many other places would have been blocked as well. Not going out Thursday again, even though I wanted to go, may have been a blessing because some of the roads wouldn't have been cleared enough for me to make that St. Anne to Trelawney to Hanover to Westmoreland to St. Elizabeth and back curve. See, and even so, I didn't even go around Little London because when we were approaching, we spent about an hour in a traffic at Sandy Bay. See, and I never want to stay anymore. So we turned off on the Rosehill Main Road going to Dyers, then going back down through Grange Hill into Sav. See? So that end, I still not even know what go on that end run I know for. Maybe I'll go there one of them days. But I don't know. You understand? But yeah, and I said I intend to go deeper into, especially with the relief effort, into these communities as time goes by, because I can just imagine how inside some of those rural areas, deep inland areas look, especially along the trek that the system took across Westmoreland and Trelawney and the St. James, the South St. James communities that would have been close enough, Zane, and Hanover communities that would have been close enough to that main impact zone, and the rest of St. Elizabeth communities, them between the system and Black River. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's so much. Earl, big up yourself in my bro. Manners and respect. It's just a lot of process, peeps. For the people who are just coming in, I'm here trying to point out that it's going to be difficult for you to hear from your family and friends if they are in Western Jamaica, especially parts of Hanover, St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, St. James. You understand? Unless they are able to make it out of those parishes or find, if they are lucky, the one and few cell sites that are still working. As I said, there were many groups where people congregated just to have cell service along the road yesterday. Just as you went into Hanover, as you passed the Hanover sign, there was one group there. There was one group out by Landovery in St. Anne. There was a group somewhere in Falmouth. There were many groups in Montego, in St. James, Zane, and it kind of stopped as you went deeper into Hanover because those areas were in the main impact zone. So that is, there's a community called Jerusalem Mountain in Grange Hill. It is obliterated. People are devastated. Stuart, have you been able to speak to anybody there? I know that Chrissy was helping me throughout the system. She has her family in Grange Hill. So one of my missions yesterday was to make contact with her family for her but she was lucky enough to kind of establish contact before I even got to Westmoreland. So, that's a blessing. As I think she commented earlier that, she heard from them, there have been damage to property and stuff, but life has been preserved, and that is always grateful. Can somebody please tell me what is the official death toll at the moment in time? Yes. Okay. Diana, 80s. Open pronounce that. Diane. I think it's Diane. Diane, I'm so happy to hear that. Hopefully they are okay. And, they will be able to kind of put the pieces back together in a timely manner. Because I know it's going to take 24. Jaja. Hopefully that don't rise. There have been stories where people died during the passage of the system or close to the system making landfall, and they had to keep those bodies in the house or houses for however long. I heard it's over 100. No. Not in Jamaica. I don't think it's a cool shit. Official code we're talking about. So I'm seeing 24. If it was 100, I would have heard already. Last I heard was 19, but heard about 4 more, but wasn't confirmed until JDF confirmed. Okay. All right, Rosie, give thanks. Cool shade. If that was the case, that somebody in the household at least would have mentioned that. So I know it is a fluid situation. It is ongoing as the days go by. Missing people will be found alive or unfortunately otherwise. There are still some areas that are cut off. So unfortunate realities that we may see an increase in that. Hopefully not. And I must take the opportunity, you see, to express, it's not even gratitude, but appreciation for the security services and the Jamaica Fire Brigade. I have seen with my own eyes, I guess a lot of people may not see, but I have been on the road. I have seen the work that you guys have been doing, and also people attached to the National Works Agency. These things cannot be easy to deal with. It is difficult physically, geographically, emotionally, psychologically, and you guys continue to, also the health service workers, especially those doctors and nurses who remain steadfast in their pledge to serve during the passage of Melissa. I can only imagine how, let me find the right word. I don't even know if I can find it. May not even know what to say as it relates to what the situation at the Black River Hospital would have been during the passage of Melissa. And to those workers, irrespective of what your station at Black River Hospital is or was during the storm, I appreciate it. You understand? That must have been absolutely terrifying for you, plus knowing that you have lives in your hands. That would have taken a certain level of patriotism and love for your job to have been able to steady that ship at the Black River Hospital during those very difficult hours. You understand? These are the people that, may not get the highlight and commendation that they should, but every single worker who was at the Black River Hospital during the passage of the system that did all they could to not only preserve life, but also to try and instill some calm and comfort to sick people. That was brilliant. You understand? Lady Erica, how you doing? Big up to the people. Straight talk. Big up yourself and the family. Manners and respect. You see me? Just I went to Black River yesterday. Me not even did walk up and down to Black River. Like I got there, you know, do a few videos entering and leaving, but I flew over Black River. And where the hospital is in relation to the sea. Like, if you had people in the country who you wanted to punish, put them in the hospital. And we had Jamaican brothers and sisters who stood up and defied all the odds and preserved life. We give thanks to all health workers and other workers who were at the Black River Hospital during and after the system, because then even after the system, Black River was underwater and first responders couldn't get there. Zine, I was in the line of people heading that side because me say ambulance in front of me, so me say if them reach Black River, me reach Black River too. I never reached Black River until yesterday, and I was trying to reach Black River from Tuesday morning. Grave miscalculation on my part. I should have known different. Teach them. Oh, the primetime news, you keep a 7-0. Razan, big up yourself, you know. With us there, try provide some update and some comfort where possible, and also some context, seeing that I would have been on the ground on both ends of the system, as in the St. Elizabeth end and the Trelawney end. Zane, come right around to Westmoreland, which is ground zero, if you ask me. So, you know, having been there, I'd be able to probably provide a little bit of context too. Because I know the video that I uploaded was just to show people. It wasn't anything more than that. It is not for, like, you have to see it for yourself to really grasp the enormity and the totality of the situation and the damage that is present. You understand? It is absolutely like post-apocalyptic type of vibe. You understand? There are some hillsides that are totally brown. Those trees were de-leafed. Like, if you want to know how powerful a hurricane is, look at the leaves on trees that are standing after the system have passed. Zane, like that is a sign. And also, there are people, maybe it was so frightening and terrifying that some people didn't even realize what was happening. During the hurricane, a lot of, you know, like if you're at high altitude, say you're in Mandeville and you're heading down into Clarendon, or you're in Montego, you're heading down into Otrius, or you're in the Blue Mountains and you're heading down in Port, whatever. If you're from elevation, your ears pop, don't, because of the change in altitude and air pressure. What Melissa was doing, a lot of people don't even realize, because you probably was too busy. It was causing people's ears to pop. So this is what was happening. Melissa was taking you to 100 to 1,000 feet up in the air, even though you're up on the ground. Because of how low the central air pressure was, let me use that. Because of how low the central air pressure was, it was causing people's ears to pop. That is how powerful the system was. A lot of people probably don't even realize, like, they were so concerned about everything else, rightly so, you don't even realize, but there are a lot of people whose ears was actually popping like you are in an airplane and descending. Like, that is just to show you somebody said to me, like, as some bombs drop up Black River, hurricanes release, the amount of energy that hurricanes release during their life cycle is thousands upon thousands of times compared to the first nuclear bomb. That is the amount of energy these systems pack and transfer. Like, it is absolutely insane. And Melissa is no ordinary system. This is one of the strongest hurricanes ever on record. because we don't know what happened before these things started to be recorded. On record, Melissa, as it relates to wind speed, sustained wind speed, and central air pressure, is in the top echelons of hurricanes ever. You understand? Speaking of pressure, my mom in Mobile said she couldn't open the doors inside the house while the hurricane was passing. 3 people just pressing on the door, couldn't open it. Yep. You understand? This is nature at its most violent. An experience that, you know how we used to talk about Gilbert, we'll now talk about Melissa, how we talk about Gilbert. You understand? That is the situation. Blessings, my friend. We're there now. I mean, I was okay. I was fine. All right through the system. I was fine. It's just that my electricity went at the time, and you know that go. So the stream went down. I made a vow, you see, after burial, that knowing how delicate these things are and the need for information from a source that is not trying to sell you sensationalism, I would put things in place to ensure that I am able to continue streaming even during a hurricane. I would have failed at that. That will never happen again. You understand? So much so that it's alright, you will see. Okay? Remember this thing when we don't talk over, we just do things. You understand? But, and also, let me take the opportunity to those people who during the stream, because you know Jamaicans stay, you know when things are going, you know, like politicians, them promise things and them something there. To the folks who would have made promises during the stream and have reached out since, big up on yourself. We appreciate that in our real life. And for the people who want to reach out, I know someone just busy, you know, someone reach out. Big up on yourself. You understand? I may also have some other ideas in my head as it relates to these things and how we treat with these things after going forward, but I will action them in due course. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. But I have grown to understand and appreciate that during these very challenging times, as was Burial's approach and Melissa's not only approach but impact, that sometimes people, it's not even that them really and truly understand what me I say, but just hearing a voice from Jamaica who them think kind of sensible and is providing accurate information does a lot to provide comfort. And I knew before that, you know, it is an honor and privilege for people to view you that way, but also during the passage of Melissa, that the appreciation is so great. I'm going to put the thing in a place where, I always say, during a hurricane, my channel should be up and running during and after the hurricane, and I still drop the ball. So I fix those things. You understand? Because I understand that a lot of people decide, even if it's just during these systems, but I am okay with that. You understand? So we kind of put things in place. We kind of make the thing a little bit more robust. And them something there. So I let go on. We would take with time to do these things, but also for my own, and I mean, ambition to keep going in these challenging periods and hours during a situation like what happened with Melissa, because I had to close down the stream at 3:30. That is when my electricity went. And truth be told is that I shouldn't have to do that. Having learned lessons from Burial and made pledges and promises to myself. But you know, life happen and you have to do things and things happen, and some money we did plan for use, do that, you have to use to do something else and all of these things. You know, especially when you're a father as well. With children, them expenses are very dynamic, ever changing and ever needy. You understand? So that's a go on. But we have fixed things slowly but surely. I assure you that in the future, if a hurricane is threatening Jamaica and I stop streaming, something significantly went wrong. You understand? That is the pledge me I make right here, so right now. We are going to fix that. See? So a lot of things. And then next thing, I would have stress test my setup twice. For 18 hours during Melissa and for almost 40 hours broken a few times during Melissa. 18 hours during burial and almost 40 hours in total during Melissa. And it didn't not for 1 minute was there an issue apart from light and internet issue. So we would have spent well in terms of acquiring stuff. So we give thanks to that too. We just a fool when we buy a few local things. You understand? So we're there. So peace, big up on yourself. Teach a little bit off topic, but as a geoteacher, have you ever thought about how people centuries ago dealt with hurricanes in Jamaica given? Oh yes. But you see, those people were also more in tune with nature, you know. The slightest change in atmospheric condition, the slightest change in behavior in animals at certain times of the year would have also guided them that something is brewing, and they would most time know what is happening. It's just that the time frame is, you know what I mean, on a local level. So yeah, I have had conversations about that. So we have to give thanks to our forefathers who would have survived some serious situations in houses that are not robust as ours. And then again, to be honest with you, hurricanes in those times weren't as strong as these ones are and intense as these ones are for as long, man. The thing is changing. But that's the next story for you next time. We don't even want to get into that. You understand? Yeah. So, I have my phone there. Oh, there's some a chat. So, I'll take a few calls just to kind of hear from you. If you have heard from your loved ones that were affected and what's the situation, and if you haven't, also, you know, what go on this and how you're holding up on them something there. Hey Car, what's up? It's good to see you, man. What's going on? You know, so me I call Donaldo since there, and Mola your number come and I said, then me not even check on Carisha, but I will leave a little moving parts there, sis. But it's good to see you. Hope you and the family are doing okay. What is UPS? Uninterruptible power supply. So it's basically a battery bank of sorts. So it also provides surge protection, but if electricity goes, it would have battery backup. So your system switches over to that and you are able to at least given some time to shut down your system. If your battery, your UPS big enough, you probably can use it for a while. Yeah. Hello, caller. I wonder if me are here. Hello.
Good night.
Good night. How are you?
I was the lady up by Plantation. That was.
Oh, that you and your daughter went to the shelter eventually.
Never going because we were on our way, and because we called ODPM and asked them about the status of the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
They sent the fire brigade. I said that was so quick. But texting and tell you how by 6 o'clock or before 6 o'clock the fire brigade was here.
Oh,
and
wow.
Man, yeah, man, and them, boy, I tell you, and them check, boy, I don't know how we're going to come in, them people.
So they checked and told you that it was okay to stay?
It was, yeah. They were them said, them said, probably based on what is going to come.
Uh-huh.
We want to know if we're safe. Up to me if I want to steer, I want to go.
Oh, okay.
It's safer than what I'm, safer than my worry. Right, you know, but then just get back light, but me never worry.
Yes.
Me tired and go to work. Because there have some people will lose them life, and I tell you.
Definitely.
Whatever went through Black River, if that did come through Queenstown, yeah, tell you, man.
Total different story.
Yeah, so, you know, we just have to just look up and just know so God good, you know? God know him, I do.
And give thanks, yeah, sir. Yeah. Because, but I'm happy to know that you and your daughter were able to, you know, as we say, ride out the storm, and you were not affected significantly. So I'm so happy to hear from you, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate you because, you know, sometimes as a single mother, you have the kids, and then, you know, you're in a problem and something, you need, you know, an adult or some voice of reason or somebody to reassure you, say, it's going to be mind, you know?
Yes.
You
I'm
know,
happy I
so,
was able to provide all of that.
yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Really
Yeah,
and
man. It
truly,
make
I'm
me
happy
feel a
to
little
know
bit
that you
better.
are
And I
okay.
want to tell her, say, she, you know, come in on my bed and she said, Mommy, you hear that, Mommy? And then it's so when the fire brigade, and I said, Mommy, you need to leave. Mommy, the terrain, and Mommy, the this. Let me tell her, so she to jog.
Right, right.
So when the fire brigade man them come, yeah, Mommy, you're too coward, man. I tell her, say,
She a throw you on the bus and she a
self
a
me
pressure
out.
you. So you go, so you
You
go.
know?
But
Yeah,
all's
but
well
some people
that ends
can't.
well.
Yeah. Some people not laughing like us.
Yes,
today.
definitely.
So
So,
just
so true. So
keep
true.
in our prayers. So when
Yes.
time I have no light, I have no water, me not complain. Because some people in a worse situation.
Yes, so true.
Yeah.
But happy to hear from
But
you.
good work. Yeah, man.
And I'm happy that you are a member of the family now. So feel free whenever we do these things, you know, we're always ready for listen.
All right. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
All right.
You see that when I say peeps, sometimes it's not even the information per se, it's just that you provide some reassurance or calm or some information that helps to reassure or provide calm. So I understand that, you know what I mean, a lot of people out there are finding value in what I do. So I'm gonna make sure I say the thing robust going forward. Will take a little time to build out the whole thing, but it gonna happen. Before I answer the next call, Spectra Global Consultants. Yes, I have seen. So when I came home last night, I got home about after 9. And I went on the road about 7 o'clock yesterday morning. So I got home like after 9, I got to 10, probably closer to 10 o'clock. Zin? And I saw a few messages. I was sent a few messages where it was being said that if you intend to take anything to the affected areas, especially if you drive a van or such, you should seek police escort, because there have been instances where it is alleged that people who are heading that side, whether to provide aid or otherwise, have been held up and robbed. I never had a bad experience on the road yesterday. At no point in time, to be honest with you, for the people who recognize me, know it's always love and we all a vibe and reason. And for the people who just out of courtesy were willing to converse. So I never had, and we've got through some place where various places, especially from that Rose Hill Main Road down to Grange Hill, was a bit, you know what I mean, lonely, to be honest with you, but it's what it is. So I hope that if that is the situation, the man them looking at them, I understand that everybody is at a bad place out there now, but that won't make it any better. And what that will do now is to discourage people who are willing to come and provide relief. You understand? Because if a man knows a man left him here trying to help some people, and then you have some people who now are put them life at risk, as we are family. You understand? Then probably people will reconsider. So I hope that the security forces get a hold on this if it is actually ongoing and it is wiped out. And also for those people who are thinking about going into these areas to treat with providing some relief, you liaise and get the assistance of the security forces as best as possible. Justin, big up yourself, my bro. I appreciate the continued support first and foremost. I hope you and your family you're here, so I am assuming you're doing well, but I hope that your family, if they reside in any of the affected areas, are also okay and that you have heard from them and them something. But big up yourself, my bro, and ultimately we also appreciate the contribution. Blessings, we give thanks. See? Yeah, peeps. So that is the situation that I'm hearing. I have not been able to verify it, but it is something that has been brought to my attention. So we watch and see. I'll make a few checks as to see if there are any official reports as to this happening and do something. So peeps, and let me try. The thing is that nobody out there so now even hear what me answer because they are not able to. But if a people from outside these areas going into these areas, brother, let's not make a bad situation worse. You understand what I say? Like, this is not the time. It is never the time to do these things, but this is definitely 100% not the time. What we need now is what we need. I remember. You see? So look, and let love show today. You understand? As Morgan Heritage said, what love and care is what is needed now, not violence and criminality. See? Yeah, man. Jaden, big up yourself in the family. So, that is the situation down there. So, for the people them who are calling me and said, I try to do something, but feel free to call back. The number is 876-773-0059. And for the people who came in late, I was explaining that Dwight, also, big up yourself. For the people them who over upon Cash App, manners and respect, we appreciate it. For the people them are everywhere, PayPal, Patreon, wherever, we appreciate it. You understand what I'm saying? I got back electricity late on Wednesday night. So, that is a blessing in and of itself. So we give thanks to that. Hello, caller. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night. How are you?
I'm not bad.
Awesome. So happy to hear that. What's going on?
I teach them. It's Nadine.
Lady Nadine. Oh, go on.
I'm good. First of all, I want to tell you thank you for everything and may God bless you and your family always.
Appreciate it to the fullest.
Okay.
How are you and your family?
Yeah, man, we are good.
Awesome. Happy to hear that as well.
Me not tell a lie, me did pack up, Me did have some empty, I mean, pack up. And me have a knapsack pack with my, me and my son passport and the key, them and land title and everything pack up, and then we have 4 bag different put on the bed now. So me go pack them there. But when me hear for the storm shift, from St. Catherine, me just never pack them back there, but I tell a lie, me ready for move.
It's better to be safe than to be sorry,
Yeah, me say me don't make the understand us moving at the IS. You understand?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, man, ready for move. They have to move.
Definitely.
So, the only thing I'm affected by is the new Falmouth market.
Right.
Yeah, me have a shop there around the back.
Oh, around the back.
Yeah, man, around the back is wholesale.
Oh, okay, cool.
And retail. Yeah,
oh, awesome.
Yeah, a 15 by 15. All of them around the back there, 15 by 15. But me here say half of my roof gone.
Oh, all right. So I pass right by the market.
See.
I was saying I don't even know what is happening around by the back. But to the side there and to the front, I realized there was roof damage. So I'm so sorry to hear that you would have experienced, damage from the passage of the system. But
everybody shop around the back lose the roof.
Okay.
But my shop half of the roof gone.
Okay.
So but if you notice, teach them, the market is built below the road level. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, because then I was looking at the water and where the water was and where the market was, yes.
So even when regular rainfall,
it floods.
Flood, especially at the front there.
Oh.
Flood. And if you look to when you was passing, if you look to the right, over there, so is like it's a pond over there.
Yeah, very swampy.
You see the back where we sell. Around the back, a fence is around the back, a swamp is around there. You can't
so it's water on the back and on the front?
Yeah, some people dump up over there and build over there, then call over there site.
Oh.
And we had one time some heavy rainfall, it wasn't a hurricane. It wasn't December that got gone, it was the December before, and some weeping hole where normally let out the water did get caught up.
Oh, okay.
And me, I tell you, one piece of flooding around there.
Oh.
Yeah, even the people them that shop is across from my own. It is an elderly couple. I allow them to sell out of my vehicle, and then I did sell out of my shop. So them just park on the side here, so around the back, and use their vehicle and my vehicle. You understand? And then me younger than them, going on my shop and so. But yeah, that's the only damage me really get. But I not sell foolishness, so I pack up at least 3 garbage bags full yesterday with items to give away. But I just wait until things calm down, because I am catering for the needy, not for the greedy.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so you have to wait till things calm down and you hear that one. You say, say me never get nothing and this and that and play. Because I live in a gated community, as you know, and me see people from Falmouth were selling a rare ground a pass here so one day, a big things like them burn out or wash out or something like that, and the things them down a Falmouth a sell. Me not in that.
Yeah, a lot of people will exploit these unfortunate situations, and you know what I mean?
Not that.
Yes.
Me not in that, but we got back in Nova Village. We got back light today Saturday. We get back light. The day before yesterday, we get water yesterday. But the water had run like a slow boat to China.
Yeah, but look, slow water is better than no water, though.
And one clothes basket or clothes me they have. The 2 clothes basket never full. Yeah. You know, say to them I got price mart everything and come back and say me I go to the hairdresser around there, so run a call and go do me here. You know, so water gone again.
Oh, yeah, that will happen. I mean, that will happen from time to time.
By
because
the grace of God, may I go to church tomorrow. Because my son sent a little thing for me from America, and me make sure me I go pay my son tithe out tithe.
Amen.
So, but if I tie my head with something, me go into church tomorrow.
Amen. I want to ask you one question, though, Nadine. Do you have any relatives or family members anywhere in the most affected parishes?
No, sir. My people them are from Hermitage and that stuff.
Okay. Oh, St. Andrew side. Okay.
Yeah, St. Andrew side.
Okay. And also, it seems also that there has to be something done with the situation in Falmouth, because it's like in our swamp at a cell. You understand? So I hope that those people who
a parish council work that way.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm
saying. I mean, not to say much, because in Jamaica, when you open your mouth, they sabotage you.
Yeah, but you have to stand up for what you believe in at you're not lady. But I get what you say. I understand. I will. No, hold on. I will.
I know one work. Me do, remember, me do real estate.
Yeah, me know, man. Hold on. So
being off it, I don't ever go back down there.
Yeah, but hold on. I will make a note of that and make mention of it periodically. Now that you point it out like that, and I think about it, having been there a number of times, and especially up to yesterday, it is something, because if it continues, then we will continue to have conversations like this. Is there a situation where something can be done, then it needs to be done? So it's all right. You don't worry about it.
All right. Let me tell you what happened. You see the flood we not tell about
in December.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it was December, But it's me sure if you're not last year, the year before. Anyway, a developer that I work along with, a supervisor for the developer site, came down there to buy something from me, and him see the problem, and him said to me, say, everybody cast them shop floor with 3-inch concrete. So what him said now I should do is block it round, 15 by 15, just block at the edge and block it round. Dump it with 3-inch mall, and then concrete on the top with 3-inch concrete. So even if water go underneath the bottom of the shop, the mall is there to to suck it up. And me write a letter and him tell me who me write to. Now call the developer name, and me write a letter, and them do me shop bottom for me, and them all tile it with broken tile. The only thing me pay is the labor. Me not tell a lie. Them provide every material.
Okay, so at least there was some solution to your issue there.
And once me do that, me see like 1 and 2 people who never did cast them shot bottom, them follow suit and do it. Use the 6-inch block. You know, it's 6-inch high.
Right.
You understand? Yeah.
All right,
But
so
my shop was the first one that was done that way. So
also,
now that I thought that everybody are going to know which Nadine I talk to you still, but you know, it is what it is.
yeah.
You understand?
I hope too that the restoration of the roof will be in a timely manner as well, so you know at least business can continue. But these things will take a minute, so you know we hope for speed. But Lady Nadine, it's good to hear from you, man. You don't know if other people are trying to call, so we have to take a few calls. But go on, let me hear what you say.
Yeah, parish council have more important thing to deal with than that. And then, if town people really build Falmouth Market, whether them want to admit it yes or no.
Yes.
So are we going to go down there, go clean up back down there and build up back down there. You understand? But when down there clean up, we will go back still. Right? I don't have time for that still. I have a project I start Monday for a customer, so I don't really have the time for that.
Okay, it's good to hear from you, my friend. Happy that you're safe, and you know it's good to hear. It's good to hear all the voices. It's good to hear your voice, man. So we'll talk another time, see?
All right, then.
Blessings, Lady Nadine. What good?
Yeah, all right.
Bless. I have been told that, well, I pinned the comment that the death toll as per TVJ's primetime news is now at 28. Yeah. Let's hope it don't pass that. It's what it is already. I hope it don't pass that. Hello, caller. It's Nadine again.
No, it's not.
Oh, hello. Good night. How are you?
Not too bad.
Awesome.
The light will survive.
Awesome. I am hearing that. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yes.
So this is my Westchester caller.
Yes.
I remember. Yeah, so the light pole survived.
Yes, I watch it as ship was shaking, sway side by side.
Yeah.
And it has tilted more. It survived.
But it survived. That is awesome. So your neighbor never have to lose electricity. Well, you know, or wiring and stuff.
It skin up in the air, but
yeah. You get back light?
Yes, we got it back.
When you get back light?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, okay, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, we got it back in the morning, early morning.
No, we have to give thanks.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Definitely. I'm happy for you to hear the happiness in your voice. I'm so happy to hear that it survives, man. You have, by any chance, you have any family member out in the most affected parishes?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, which parish? Our parishes?
Well, our cousin in Westmoreland that we don't hear from yet.
Yeah.
But my asked our sister to check. Our cousin in Betheltown, thankfully I hear from her, but up there not so wonderful. And in East Rural St. Andrew, my auntie them maroon up there because the road breakaway on both sides. So
where the road breakaway in St. Andrew?
It's a place named Mavis Bank.
Mavis Bank, okay.
And go up that side. So that side is affected from both sides. So there are the entrance that you could go through to Portland and go around that side. That side is affected. And the side that they could come to Papine is also affected. So them kind of maroon up there.
Yeah.
They're waiting. So they have to travel far to try to get cell signal. So we're waiting to see what is going to be done to have movement. All the farm up there got damaged, but they're alive.
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, we have a try rebuild.
Yeah.
But
also, you may not be able to hear from your cousin in Westmoreland for the short term based on what is happening out there. Hopefully that changes, though.
And I heard, the good thing is our sister is in Mobay, and I heard from her because I keep message her for me, so just let me know you're all right.
Right.
And I heard from her, so thankfully I'm happy about that. And my sister is faint and they have an internet problem, but she's okay too.
Awesome.
So I'm full. Everything will mash up can be rebuilt.
100%.
As we have life, by the grace of God, we'll bounce back.
Amen.
You know?
Amen.
It's like a slow rebuilding, but
yeah.
it's there.
I appreciate the positivity that you're exuding. We need that. There's a lot of despair and other things at this point in time, and understandably so. So it's very good also to have a mix of positivity in that vast ocean of despair at this point in time. So I'm happy to hear from you. Happy you're okay, and happy that you called back. I really appreciate that.
I came on and I saw that you were live and I said, listen, let me give my update because when I call when time it did die. So I call with good news.
Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification so when we do these things you get a notification. You're not even catch me in the act. Alright?
I turn on the notification.
Okay, awesome. I appreciate that. So take care, my friend, and I am always here. So in the future, hopefully a good things we talk about your call again. You understand?
Yes, can update so St. Andrew's Skeleton on time ready for sale and person we jump on and help and buy
so
out
you're a farmer by profession. That's what you do?
No, actually my aunt's farm up there.
Okay, no problem. We always look fresh skeleton on time, So we see what happens.
St. Andrew's Skeleton on time flavor your pot differently.
Yeah, real sales. All right, no problem, my friend. Take care.
All right, take care.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
man, blessings. For the persons who are asking where, that is in Portmore. Westchester is a community in Portmore, and as far as I know, all right, let me not say many. So the areas in Portmore that I know have gotten back electricity, Gregory Park, so I guess probably Watson Grove, I'm not sure, I'm assuming. Independence City, Passage Fort, I think Portsmouth have light, Cedar Grove, I'm not sure if Pines have light. Yes, because them stoplight they work out there. So, but some part along around this Bayside, I don't think the stoplights run by Bayside working. I know that Bridgeview don't have any light yet, but many of the communities in Portmore that lost light are being reconnected periodically. Eva, it said, who have water in Trelawney? Okay. If there's anybody in Trelawney watching, where are you watching from and what's your current situation? Where in Trelawney are you, Eva? Them something there. Blessings, my bro. I realize I've been at try call for a minute.
Teach.
Blessings. I realize I've been at try call for a minute and for some strange reason, you know, I get through. Our next call.
You know, so I try call you from Burial. From Burial, me I call.
Jaja, at the right time, you know, man. What go on, my bro?
Yeah, man. You know, say, I just want to big you up on a big man level, like calling from Florida, from Burial. You know, you bring with you Burial, you bring with you, you know, the last one, Melissa. I tell you, and the peace of mind there, you know, just getting the information and just, you know, so there's someone on the ground, and as me say, and as you said earlier, someone who is not sensational with the news, really comforting, man. Trust me. So I just want to big you up, Teach, and but I try to get some information from the Ministry of Health side of things, because they put out a flyer, or they put out something earlier today saying that they wanted nurses to go and volunteer down on the western side because, you know, because of the burden and things down there.
Right, definitely.
And there are a lot of nurses, because I'm a nurse here in the States, and there are a lot of nurses here in the States who are Jamaican and otherwise, who are willing to come down for periods of time and thing and put in some work volunteer-wise. But, you know, there are just certain logistics we have to get.
Right, and the information. And you said, alright, so let me search and I can find some. Let me try dig up the ministry socials and see what I go on. Just stay up on the line, man. What the I names are?
Darren.
Big up yourself, Father Darren, man. Where in Jamaica you have family members?
My immediate family lives in Manchester, but my extended family lives in Westmoreland.
Whoa.
So, You know that go. So
Yeah,
some of them are right, and then some of them roof gone and them something about life.
So you have heard from people down there?
Yeah, not directly, but through the grapevine.
Okay.
That they are fine.
The grapevine is a beautiful thing at this time.
No, what?
Yeah,
Best
man.
thing.
We appreciate the grapevine because yeah, man, information is critical at this juncture in time. Tomorrow, November, hold on. So tomorrow, November 2, the Ministry of Health team will be heading out to Western Parishes to assist hospital cleanup. This is coordinated by Boom Boom Boom. I am looking, my fellow Jamaicans, also make appeal for blood donations. I am looking for the thing, but I'm not seeing it here. I think they had a press conference today. Oh, they had a press conference today. Conference. Okay, I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah, man. And I actually have the flyer, where they were asking.
Oh, you have the flyer? Okay. So yeah, what information you want? Tell me.
So what we really want to know is nurses that are here that, a whole Jamaican nurse migrate and live in the States, England, wherever, but especially those that are living here in the States. We want to know who we can have, like, is there a liaison person there with the ministry?
Good question.
All right, I am available 1 week in December. I am available because the thing is, we in this for the long haul,
Yeah, it will take a while. Yeah, it will take a while. It will take a while. Definitely.
Right. So we basically just want a liaison person with the Ministry of Health.
Right.
We say, all right, we have 10 nurses who are willing to come a week in December, a week in January, a week in February, 2 weeks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we just plan out the thing so that we can come help. Because I tell you, because I made a post on TikTok. I don't know if you do use TikTok, Teach, but...
Not really. Yeah. I have an account over there for the channel, but not my favorite platform.
Right, I understand. But I must say last week I started using it, but I realized it's a good... Even during this, it's a good source of information. As long as I can kind of see for certain things.
Yeah, you have to see.
But I made a post. Yeah, so I made a post, and then now it kind of just... quote unquote go viral, and there are a lot of nurses under the post I say, hey, I am willing to go, but we just not have we need the information to teach.
All right. So tell you what I'll try to do today, Saturday, tomorrow Sunday. I'll try to stream tomorrow night. Even if I'm not stream tomorrow night, I'll stream. I don't know what time I come back from West Monday, but I'll definitely stream between now and Tuesday. I plan to go back in a West with some relief stuff Monday. So maybe that take me do all this. So definitely Tuesday, I'll reach out and try to get somebody from the ministry to come on when me a stream. Let me not even want
okay.
See? So I'll definitely jot that down as something that I need to do. Not sure. So we'll see. I'll definitely try to get the minister. If not the minister, then somebody will be able to provide us with some information.
Cool.
All right, because that's a very great, people answering that call is very great. And we can't jot that catch either. You understand what I'm saying?
And it's not just on a nurses alone. And a nurses alone, just health professionals in general.
Yes.
Because I remember, enough away over here will want to come away anyway.
We know that.
You understand?
Yeah,
just to know that there's a need now. Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. I'll definitely see what I can do on my side. I'm definitely going to reach out to the ministry. And I'll definitely try to have somebody on from the ministry at a level that can provide with said information by Tuesday night. By sometime Tuesday. Not even once a night, but sometime Tuesday. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. Well, you don't know, notification bell on and everything, so we did the same way,
Give thanks, man. We appreciate the continued support, my bro.
All right, boss. Blessings.
So just keep an eye out, and also not just here in social media and a whole, because I suppose probably other people have same question and probably seeking answers. So you might also see it there before. You understand?
Right.
Blessings, Father there, and give thanks.
Yeah, man. All right.
And I hope the family members will, in due course, put the pieces together.
Yeah, man.
But it might take a while, but you know what I mean? Yeah.
So final point, Teach. As I said, it might take a while. This morning, I think about it, I say, like, with your Jamaica, you have somebody dead for you. And people come at your yard today, then come at your yard tomorrow. They come at your yard every day until the person bury, and then you don't see nobody for a while. I want people, especially those in the diaspora, to understand that Jamaica a few yard, even though now you see people are come from east, west, north, and south, even with the news media and so. As soon as the next big news come up, none of them are gone. Some of them, they don't have the capacity to be there in the long term. So we have to understand that Jamaica is home and we have to be in it for the long run. Like, I know tomorrow business, it's going to take years.
Definitely. Most definitely,
so, yeah,
my brother.
Blessings.
Big up yourself, man. We're there.
Yeah, man. Bless up, man.
Manners and respect. So I can share this.
Cool.
Wrong thing, me I share. So why my screen gone over there? So that shouldn't be the case. Why am I not? Yo, I want... Alright, okay. That is very confusing. But on the Ministry of Science, well, the Ministry of Energy and Technology, there has been, I think there's something about, let me see what I go on here. So.
Pleased to announce that today, Saturday, 1st of November, we were able to start distributing 200 of the 600 Starlink units to critical agencies and responders in the field in the affected areas. On Monday, I'll also be supplying all the cabinet members, the leader of the opposition, all of the members of parliament and councillors in the affected areas with Starlink mobile units, as communication is key to be able to get information from in and out of the areas affected. We have a plan to put the 600 Starlink units in the most critical government apparatus and private sector apparatus to allow for some semblance of restoration until the telcos get back in full force. The telcos have assured me that they're working tirelessly and that we should see an improvement in the services in the affected area and other areas in the coming days. God bless Jamaica.
So that is the Minister of Energy and Technology, Daryl Vaz. I think there are some more things on this page that can be shared because I see all sorts of things happening, relief coming. This is targeted relief reaching the most vulnerable affected. This is I don't remember that aircraft name still, but yeah, there's no audio attached to this video. So it's a task force, Chinook. Yeah, Chinook helicopter. So that is also helping to do the coordination. As I said, I saw a lot of military and JCF personnel out on the streets since I've been out. These are soldiers from El Salvador, I think, that have come to join us. Or on their way to join us, I should say. So we give thanks to all the assistance that we can get. I think this was a meeting today.
And just leaving the Commissioner of Police's office where I met with him and the disaster response head of Starlink USA.
Let me see. Just soon come back. I think I know who this is calling. Mr. Powell. Hello?
Jara.
Where are you doing, my bro?
Good man, up and running man. Let's check in on you if everything good, you know.
Most things, brother, when I really nothing well, I don't have anything to complain about. Thankfully, you understand what I say? We're just concerned about those people who would have been impacted, you understand? And so the attention kind of shift there, because I never really, apart from losing electricity, and I mean, a simple thing that compared to what I go and boy place.
See, no respect. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to see you up and running, man.
Yeah, man. How the family, coming on daddy, the man, and mama declined, and what is the situation?
Yeah, man, nobody not really too affected so badly, you know, just little leaks here and there, but, you know, no we're close to the devastation we're going anyway.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
On the west side, so we give thanks for that, you know.
Mm-hmm. There, brother, go
Give
and do the
thanks for
work
that.
and I try, you know what I mean? Bridge a gap as usual.
Yeah,
And
me check in on the stream, man. So me pray the stream. But another thing when me a call upon, because me have a few people in the UK were interested enough to donate some care packages.
Right.
But me don't know where to trust online with the links and all of that, and you know where to send anything.
Right, so just link me outside and we talk, because there are many governmental agencies that does these things. That's always a preferred channel, my recommended channel. But I am also going to be going in a few times, as many times as I can really, to, you understand, with coordinating with the people on the ground. So that's an option as well. So there are options, bro. Irrespective of whoever, as long as the people are getting the thing in a timely manner, you know what I mean, it's a good thing. And we're there for provide, you know what I mean, we're to the cause, because as I say, I went down there yesterday, bro, and believe me when I tell you, say, it rough. That's they rough, you understand? And I know also, based on expertise, that there are a number of things that can proceed, that can follow a system of this nature that can cause a long set of problems. You understand? So the earlier we act, the better it is. You understand?
Real.
So
real. I guess in the aftermath of all of this still some evaluation on, you know, legislation, some directive on putting up structures in the country, because and the hurricane look like something. Well, we're not gonna ever get out of the hurricane.
No, because
so we just have to plan for
we're in
how
the Atlantic Basin, and every year, June 1 to November 30, we're in a firing line. You understand?
So this likely to happen again. So it look like in the aftermath of all of this, brother, we as a country really have to go sit down and have some serious discussion on how we safeguard them thing, you know, prevent people
land
from
zoning and all them something. I spoke about it earlier, saying it's a moment in time that there are many lessons that we need to take from this situation. You know, I think hopefully the technocrats and those people who treat with these things will make good sense prevail. And sometimes too, these things take legislation and being firm as government. You have to do that. You understand? Make firm decisions today that will save life tomorrow. You know, a few people will be upset, but in the long run, it's for the greater good of the country. So I am in full agreement with that, brother.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
Big up yourself, my bro.
Work, you know.
Appreciate it, man. Manners and respect, man.
No fluff. Take care of yourself.
Blessings,
link up,
bro. Yeah, man. Just WhatsApp me and we'll talk.
Some of the details.
No problem. No problem.
Cool.
Yeah.
We had a meeting to discuss the logistics of the distribution. For Starlink, they have arriving here tonight 600 Starlink units, and other charitable organizations have also brought in. So what we're planning to do is to pool all of them and prioritize the distribution of them rather than them being distributed independently. So that's part of the logistics that we have to work with, as I said this morning at the press conference. The good thing is that they are here and they will be on spot, and basically they are going to use their expertise in disaster recovery to advise us where are the essential services that need to be prioritized. For argument's sake, the ATMs, there are none of them working in Western Jamaica because of technology and lack of power. Therefore, the first priority would be to power up some of those ATMs so persons can get access to money. Without money, nothing happens. And therefore, they need to be able to have money, whether to buy gas or to buy food or whatever it is. So this team that's meeting now, as I said, we look at the police stations and look at all of the essential services and come back to me by this evening so that we can start to distribute those Starlink units as early as tomorrow morning. That would mean all of the essential government ministries and agencies that have responsibility in the relief efforts will get Starlink, and we will bring in whatever we need to bring in that has not been donated in short order to be able to build out the technological requirements to assist the suffering people.
Yeah, peeps, that's the Minister of Energy stating, well, giving an update on the Starlink situation and the whole attempts at, you know, getting some form of operational level in terms of trying to get people connected again. Like I've been here, funny as he said that, I've been here from before I went. Oh no! All right, there. I'm here a long time. Before I went on the road, I was looking at, as I'm telling you, my Starlink, when I deployed it Thursday, it whatever, but they're sending a new one, and but that is the Gen 3, the bigger one that has the modem and the power supply. I have been looking, but not even looking, it's in my cart from there on the Starlink Mini, because I plan to go back on the road many times as you know, the recovery continues. And as such, it is rough out there when you are not able to connect, especially when you are not able to connect with your family members. Like it's rough out there, and you're trying to coordinate and them something there. So I look at it today, put it in my car, I'm there with my mouse, and but me will pull the trigger before the day done. Because so even though I will have Starlink again at home, I still need a Mini for the road. And plus, as I said, I have an idea in mind that will kind of help to provide some more information to people across the country, and especially in the diaspora, as to what is happening in these communities going forward, that we need connectivity on the road. So all of them something there. So it's good to see that, you know, steps are being taken to at least get people an opportunity to connect to their friends and family, yeah? So as that is being rolled out, I suspect that some of these areas, centralized areas, will be open to people using these Starlinks to establish connection and communication. So we'll watch and see. Good night, caller.
I suspect that some of these areas...
Hello, good night.
Yep. 1 second.
Yes.
Teach and good night. How are you?
Good night, Empress. I am okay. How are you?
Okay. To God be the glory. Thank you so much for all you do. I was on the line with you. I watched you all night at the hurricane. I did not wink.
I appreciate the support.
But yes. I have some stuff. Before, I heard Nadine earlier and her call. Did she said her family was from Trelawney?
No, she said her family is from the Augustone side. I think that's what she said.
Oh, the August.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what she said, if memory serves me correctly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I am a retired frontline worker, and I have a lot of stuff in my garage, but I want to make sure it gets into the right hand.
Okay.
You know, I have a lot of stuff, boxes of diapers and toys and pull-ups and underpads and ointments and a whole lot of stuff to go down. So is it possible for me to connect with you off here?
100%, man. That's not a problem. Where are you located? Okay. Parish-wise. They don't even have to tell me exactly where.
Oh, no, I'm overseas.
Oh, you're overseas? Oh, okay.
I'm overseas.
All right.
My family's from Trelawney.
Are you able to write down a number? Are you able to?
Yes.
Your family is where?
Trelawney and Portmore.
Oh, if the things are in Portmore, that would be a blessing.
No, they're here.
They are with you.
Overseas.
Oh, so you'd send them. Okay,
they're
not a problem.
with me in my garage.
Okay, so tell you what. Are you able to take a number now?
Yes.
So, okay, so the channel number actually different from this calling number is 876 321.
Repeat that.
876 321.
321.
64 25.
25. Okay.
Yes, so that is the channel number.
321-6425.
Awesome. So just drop me a message and I'll get back to you in the shortest possible time.
Okay. Okay.
But
I will.
Thank you so much. And I hope that your family members who are here are okay.
Well, I haven't heard from them personally, but we sent someone to find out that they were okay.
Okay, awesome.
So the ones in Trelawney I haven't heard from, so I'm waiting to hear from them, hopefully.
Man. And thanks for answering the call of help, and it is really needed.
Oh, yes, it's in my blood.
Yeah, man, awesome. So we'll definitely speak
off here. It's in my blood.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Blessings, my friend.
All right, thank you. God bless. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, man. Chrissy, which WhatsApp you talking about? I mean, the WhatsApp for the calling number has been up from during the storm, you know. I know I did say it one night, but then from Monday night into Tuesday, the WhatsApp, a lot of people were calling via WhatsApp. So the 876-773-0059 number is also on WhatsApp, which is a calling number. But the channel number, which is the phone that I always have, is 876-321-6425. Good night, sis.
Hey, bro.
What's going on?
You know, you stressed me out.
With what? What am I doing now?
Couldn't get you.
Oh, you know, I see the message. I'm telling you when I see a message. I told them I see a message. I tell you, God, true. Like, there are so many messages, so many calls, and I'm up on the road so often, and the connectivity issue, and man, rough, yeah, but I am so sorry. But I've been okay, man. You call the regular number?
Yeah, I didn't call because remember, you went offline with no power, and Kerry was telling me, I talked to Kerry, you guys had no power, so I didn't know if you had power, what the situation was.
But my phone didn't charge. No, man, my phone, I can always charge my phone on my vehicle, you know, and I did something there. So, me don't have power, man. I see the message, but by the time I reach out to the message, I today.
Cookie reached out to me too. Me said, no, I'm in the area because you know, like me, it's like I'm here, your bodyguard.
Right. Oh, so and then Cookie never. I don't think Cookie messaged your phone either because I would have seen the message. I wonder if I call my man or something, I don't know if I find out. You understand? But when I'm on the road, I don't want to hear me.
Okay.
But I've been
wanted to give an idea. I wanted to give an idea because I know a lot of people are abroad. And like the gentleman said, how to get things to you. It may not necessarily mean that people have forgot pop barrel. It can be because there are supermarkets in Kingston, Portmore that you can buy stuff from online, reputable. I've done it for my dad when he's in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. And then you can pick it up.
True.
That's much easier. You don't have to pick up no money.
Yeah, I know
you.
Christ,
I know you.
That is a last resort. Trust me, like me not love that. None at all. Especially MoneyGram. Rough.
Listen, I asked my co-workers, so I'm trying to do something with my work and so things start coming already.
Okay, awesome.
Me and teach now I go backload this MoneyGram Western Union thing. I mean, no, you see, I'm just like, but suggestion for people, they may want to just go online. I am not sure. I've never done, what's the big one name that you have to have a membership to?
PriceSmart.
Yes, I've never done them, but I'm told you can. I don't have.
Yeah, man, if you have membership, you can order online and go pick it up at one place. Around there.
Okay. So me, I forgot to talk off the air. All right,
yeah, man,
cool.
No problem.
So, yes, so those are options rather than stressing to pack a barrel.
I always prefer to get items. Like when it comes on to things like this, I always prefer the items themselves than the money because, hey, yeah. But but right now, whatever the situation is, we'll try to adjust and adapt and make it work because people are in dire strait right now and it's getting worse by the day. You understand?
Yes. Why me see a video? and I've seen many videos, and I kept typing. I've not seen a lot of videos with Clarendon, and I haven't seen a lot with Manchester. So I think a lot of people are focused on St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland,
because
Trelawney,
those areas are the most affected areas. I mean, other parishes would have suffered. Like I know Manchester suffered quite a bit across the parish, but I guess because the main impact parishes are St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Trelawney, and Hanover to an extent. I suppose that is these things go. Somebody was asking me today why they keep hearing St. Elizabeth. I mean, I say because burial last year and then this one this year is like people just kind of have a little sensitivity to them because it's 2 years in a row. However, is whole of Western Jamaica this time, so it's just the nature of it still. But I get what you say, man. But I know that those parishes would have, especially Manchester, had some rough hours as well.
Yes, and as the nurse that called in said, this is going to be an ongoing effort. So we want to kind of spread. I know a couple of my coworkers asked me, when do you want it? And I said, well, they need it now. But again, when you think about it, you know what I mean? So we have to kind of figure out how many times and what we do. But maybe we talk about that after. But I was just thinking, people should look at the option of buying the stuff and say, because some of these places also deliver. So, with your permission, deliver it to your house or have you pick it up or whatever. It's just easier for them. And I thought I'd share that.
Yes, much easier. Like it works better that way for me, just me. That even that, but that I am willing to, put some time in at this juncture in time until, some form of, some semblance of normalcy starts to emerge, even though I know that may take a long time, based on what I have seen.
And just so true. And just lastly, before I go, I just want to say, if anybody is on the chat, anybody who will be watching this, lost anyone, our sincerest condolences. This was really, really, I don't think anybody even think. I remember you saying, and in my head, it just keeps replaying, Black River will never be the same. You said it about 50 times, like the amount of times you said it. And I remember people were typing stupidness in the chat, and I'm just like, it's almost like the hurricane did almost what you said it would. Like,
unfortunately. I mean, people will be like, but understand, Rosie, a long time I did this, people will be people, and then sometimes those people are saying these things as a way of, hoping that it don't happen to, and it's just what it is. And even though Black River survive a direct hit, it's like they were hit directly just the same. It's just rough. You understand?
True.
Yeah. I mean, we went to school and we never found fool, and then we would have been teaching these things for a long time. So these things are kind of guided by, our experience and the knowledge that would have developed over the years. So, and me no need for come say nothing where, like, if me not think it's what it is. Like, it's just the nature. It was just a reality at the time, and it didn't go exactly as was predicted by these people because it kind of went up coast. But even so, that just show you what would have happened to Black River if the hit was between Crawford and Paraty. It's okay. I mean, some of these people were new. Look, a lot of people who say things are people who just start watch during the stream or a day or two ago and don't understand that we kind of do these things in terms of what we used to feed the family for a long time, which is to teach geography at the high school level. So it's okay. It's fine. I'm okay with that. It's not a problem.
Yeah. So my condolences to those people who lost loved ones, and the people who have damages. Know them not gonna see it, but chin up. We're resilient people. We'll get it back. May not be this year, may not be for a few years, but we'll get it back.
Yes, it will be a long road to recovery. But we are here to, travel along as best as we can and provide the support that we can, and we see what happens. It's time for all of us to come together and put all isms and schisms aside. And right now, I just love your sis. Like that is the word. We just need for just show some compassion, humanity, and love at this point in time. That is not going to be the fullness of it because we need resources. You understand? But that will go a far way.
Yes, for sure. All right, bro. Well, may I go back into the chat and I'll call you tomorrow.
No problem, sis. You know me always there. Big up yourself.
All right.
Yeah, man. Yep. So 28 confirmed fatalities at this point in time. Hopefully that number doesn't increase. Is it a possibility? Yes. So we'll have to brace yourself for that. And as Rosie said, because I don't even remember if I mentioned that, for all those people at this point in time with the confirmed fatalities who would have lost a friend, a family, a loved one, my sincerest, deepest sympathies and condolences to you and your family. And I hope that, those who are still around will be able to provide some comfort in these, trying and challenging times. I took the call, but I was just saying, good night, caller. Hello, good night. Good night.
My name is Christina.
Hey, Christina. Miss Clark, what's going on?
I'm here.
First, before I go any further, you see, I know that you are in the far, far east, as we say, but I sincerely appreciate all the help that you provided during those live streams. You were so important to the thing flowing efficiently and in a good straight line. I really appreciate that. Don't think that is lost on me. I appreciate it, my friend.
Not a problem.
How are you?
I'm hanging in there. Yeah. I'm not there, but it feels like I'm there, and it also feels like I'm feeling more of the pressure because I'm not able to be on the ground. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling at the moment. But I'm trying my best to mobilize and to get what I can for my family. So that's why I called. So I wanted to point out two things to people. We know St. Elizabeth, Black River was severely affected. Of course, you've been telling them now about Westmoreland, and even then, some people are still not getting the extent of what happened in Westmoreland. So I'd want to tell people that it's good to support like the big things that the government, like the support.gov, JM, and all the other big entities that are putting things together. But I would also encourage people that if you have family members in specific areas, that you mobilize help for those areas. Because as we know, Jamaica is small, but it's also full of many small communities that people have never heard about, and they will never get help. That's the truth. That's just the truth. So I'd want persons to just mobilize as much as possible with other persons who are in the diaspora from your community to just pull together the resources and help those individuals. Currently, as I've told you before off air, one person, well, two. So there are two deaths in my community. One lady, she died during the hurricane, and the body had to stay in the house until the hurricane passed, right? The funeral homes are in Savlamar. Yeah. So of course they could not get to Greenchill, Church Lincoln, where I'm from specifically, to come and get that body. That's devastating, right?
That's rough. Emotionally, mentally rough. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Then when was this? Because I'm in Sunday now. So then my neighbor lives directly in front of my house. Their roof completely went off. So my sister could see him and his mom running out of the house during the hurricane when their roof went off. However, as I told you before, he's epileptic, and so he had a seizure. He had a seizure, which was that night before last night, yeah, something like that. I'm getting mixed up with the time difference, and because they had no connection, no light, nothing at all, they had no idea that the roads were cleared, so they didn't rush off the same time with him. My sister had to be the one to tell them, okay, let's do something. We can't stay here. Let's go to the police station. And did you know that the police said to them, wanna bring them out here for?
Oh.
Like, wait, yeah.
That would be Morgan's Bridge Police?
Morgan's Bridge Police Station, yes.
Oh, okay.
Like, come on. So he died when they finally got to South Hospital, which our people have heard, severely damaged.
Yep, very much so.
When they finally got there, they also treated the family bad. The doctor could only just say, oh, he's gone. And then immediately put him in a wheelchair. He's dead. They put him in a wheelchair and basically told the family, oh, you can't come in the hospital. And I'm hearing all of this now. So literally, like I was just speaking to my sister, they're all gathered in one location thanks to that generous soul who opened up his guest house to have people get in Starlink to contact family members. So I won't hear from my sister again until tomorrow, again this time. My sister is running out of food and water, so today I have to be mobilizing, getting people to bring stuff to them. Like, hence why I'm saying people who are, people in these communities, we have to target individual communities because some of them are going to be left out completely. I heard on the news where a lady said she put down her name from last year from Beryl and gave information, and until now, see, another storm came and nothing. So I'm just appealing to people, if your community is not affected and you're in the diaspora and you want to find other families or other people who are affected, there are several, like, you can find somebody there that you can say, okay, let's work together with this particular community to get resources in because it's needed. I have like 5 elderly people on my list now that I'm trying to get stuff for because they're stranded. No roof, they're alone and that kind of thing. But yeah, I had to call in, I would not call in on a regular, but
I understand. I'm happy that you are able to at least, share some information of things that are actually going on the ground. That is important.
Yes.
Because many people have not been able to establish any form of connection with anybody in Westmoreland. So firstly, I'm happy to hear that. Well, I know say you established connection already still, but I'm also happy now that you are able to expound on some of the issues that are on the ground, and that would be like a snapshot of what is happening in other areas as well. So that is important.
A tiny bit, yeah.
So good suggestion in targeting individual communities instead of trying to, So that will help because, as you say, and I know that some communities, for whatever reasons, will not get the assistance now, or some of them not at all as well, to be honest with you, unfortunately. So it will take coordination. That you see that word right now? You see the logistics of all of these things? It is so critical that we have to be coordinated and these things. So I appreciate it. I know how difficult the past time has been before you were able to establish contacts. I'm so happy that has changed. I hope that will continue spreading across, where more people in the diaspora and across Jamaica are now able to establish communication with family members. The thing is that the roads now are being at least single lane in some places. So there are more access being opened for many of these areas, and that is critical because that is how you move, first responders and all the items needed to these areas. So as more thoroughfares become opened, more access will be open to various communities. So things will start to improve. As I said, I know that there are challenges localized and widespread, but I've also seen things on the ground happening that suggest that, things are happening as well. So, but I know there will be localized issues and also general issues, but hopefully they are learning as the days go by, because none of these people has ever responded to a situation of this magnitude. So there's that as well. It's a learning experience. And
for everyone,
like the parish coordinator for Westmoreland's ODPEM suffered a stroke during the passage of the hurricane.
Yes.
Nobody has ever dealt with, in Jamaica, has ever dealt with this or responded to anything of this nature before, especially
magnitude.
Especially in some of those, what happened in some of those Westmoreland communities. Never ever before. So these things are, it is fluid, and we hope that the thing is efficient and is as uniformly spread as it ought to be. But teething pains as well, and we'll have to, give and take in some instances, even though we want the thing a particular way. But if you get what I say.
Yeah,
so we have to just, all we are learn as we go along with this, because nobody here never deal with this type of situation before. So it's just part and parcel of it. But as the days go by, I hope that more and more things and more people will become accessible. More and more communities will become accessible. And as such, the residents, and also, above all things, I sincerely hope that the death toll remains where it's unfortunate. That's already at 28, a Category 5 hurricane will not make landfall and don't take lives. You understand?
Yeah.
So, but we just hope that the numbers remain on a local level. You understand what I say? And also, as I've been saying, with the shortage of clean drinking water available, we know, and then with contaminant, because you have many sewage plants and pits that would have flown into waterways and
graves.
Also graves being dug up and washed out, and it becomes very the environment for the outbreak of diseases become very, very, very much a thing, and I sincerely hope that doesn't happen. So the quicker we get, drinking water and some of these things to, disinfectant and all of these things, it is of paramount importance. So thank you again for your continued support and your help, and I'm so happy that, you're finding reasons to be happy in these very challenging times.
Trying to do my best. Yeah, I just hope everyone continues to do the same for their family, and not only for their family, because I've gotten some stuff for my family that will be taken down tomorrow. But also I've also managed to gather some things for other families. So my sister will get those to distribute to shut-ins and that kind of thing. But yeah, I hope to do so for my family and other families, and I hope everyone else does that too.
Awesome.
And one more thing before I go, when they're sending care packages, don't only think about food. Remember diapers, especially for elderly people. Diapers. As you spoke about contamination, think about the things that you need: bleach, everything that regards cleaning.
All of them something there.
All of those stuff, they are going to need them in abundance. Trust me, in abundance. Abundance. So yeah, those are my little 12 minutes of 2 cents. I'm going to allow someone else to get a chance.
Yeah. Very valid points and concerns and suggestions and recommendations. And hey, when we talk, hopefully some of the situations on the ground would have improved and at least some access would have been established there in general. So, but there, and appreciate you, ma'am.
Not a problem. I'll be on. I'll see you in the chat.
All right, Chrissy, take care.
All right, take care.
Yeah. 30 died in Haiti, Jaja. Last heard from family last Tuesday early morning. Thanks. Glad to know. Good night, caller. How are you?
Hey, Teach, Marquise from South Windsor. How are you, my good brother?
I am okay, my bro. How are you?
Good, man. You know I don't talk online. So when is a good time to talk to you offline?
As soon as I finish streaming. Not even sure
Yeah,
that
man,
when
give
that
me a
would
link, man.
give you a link. All right.
Either today
The
or
thing is
tomorrow,
that so
'cause I
many
want-
people call me is that it's going to be a little bit challenging to. You understand? So here what you do.
Teach.
Yeah.
Teach, listen. We're in this thing for the long haul.
All right, my bro.
Give me a link at your convenience, all right?
All right, I will do that. Hold on. Yeah, so just drop me one message and say, Teach, give me a link. I will definitely, right?
Will do.
So just this number is fine because I'll go through after the stream later into tomorrow and reply to all messages as I did after the hurricane stream. So just do that and I'll definitely give you a link, all right?
Keep up the good work.
Blessings, my brother, and I appreciate the support. Also, hope that your family who are here are doing well.
Still can't hear anything yet. Teach.
Yeah, I know. They're okay, man. They just can't communicate because of light and connectivity. Them all right.
We'll figure.
Yeah, them all right. All right, we'll talk in a bit.
Blessings.
Blessings, my bro. Ministry of Health. I was over there and I'm going to find some things. All right, I'm going to go over here first. Big up to all of the people in the comments. You know what I mean? I appreciate the support. So just let me know what's going on your side, to Jamaica with love from TNT. Today I visit warehouse in Pony, so where critical relief supplies collected. So Trinidad I send some stuff. We give thanks for all people. World Food Organization. I also saw quite a few people from the international, some kitchen, I don't remember what it's called. They were on the ground a lot, assessing, observing. Good night, caller. Hello, good night. Hello. Caller, good night. All right, so like the caller now hear me. Hello, good night. All right, the caller now hear me. We can try back. I didn't even get to watch a press briefing today from the Ministry of Health. I will have to watch that later because, Also, because they had a press briefing on Thursday morning, I had gone through that press briefing and clipped up each presenter because we did intend for stream. So it was Daryl Vaz, Desmond McKenzie, Andrew Wheatley, the Finance Minister, Fayval, also Robert Morgan, Matthew Samuda. Like, I still have them on, because I had intended World Central Kitchen, right? So I saw, I guess, because one of the things that, and I understand. So let me put that out there. I understand the need is now. The need is present. It is now. I get that. However, I also, on the flip side of that, understand that assessments have to be done, right? Especially when you're going through certain channels. There has to be a period of assessment. We all hope that those assessment periods are as short as they possibly can. But sometimes in order to respond effectively, there must be some form of organized, intentional assessment. So remember that some of these areas were inaccessible for a few days. I mean, and in some cases there were flyovers by helicopters and stuff, but some of these areas were inaccessible. So I know the need is now, and the longer it takes, the greater the frustration gets. But in this, all of us have a role and responsibility, and there will have to be a little bit of patience as well. as strange as that sound, is just how it is at this point in time. I know that everybody would have been okay and happy with getting certain type of relief from Wednesday morning, which is just a few hours out of the system, but it was still challenging moving around the western periphery of the island yesterday. There are some points where the road was being cleared and filled in at different points. There were some points where it was just one lane per hillside, and there's land slippage and light wires are in the way, and it is going to take time, for a little time, very short time, for, you know what I mean, the whole machinery to be up and running uniformly and efficiently. But I know that the need is there. Good night, caller. Let me not waste no more time. Good night, caller. How are you?
Yeah, good night, man. Big up yourself and big up to everybody who are listening.
Blessings, my bro.
Yeah, prayers out for everybody affected. You know what I mean? You don't know we are Jamaican, but we're not up on the island
at the moment.
Present. But yeah. But I have a question. I know you cover them stuff here all the while, from burial to, you know, I mean, anything, you're always on the front lines. But I have a question, because I assess that thing myself, and from what I am seeing social media and news media, I have that question of ask. Does Jamaica have a contingency plan for stuff like this?
Meaning what exactly? In terms of how they respond to these things?
Yeah, because we live in the basin. This is not nothing that is going,
right?
Yeah, it's not nothing that is going away. It's every year. It's just that we get lucky. Yeah, it's getting worse. It's just that we have gotten lucky over the years, where we don't have this on a regular basis. But it just seems like their call to action is slow. That's why I ask the question.
Good question, fair question. These things are all right. So let me start this way. We have never dealt with a Category 5 hurricane before. Never. Direct hit, that is.
I know. So, me live through Gilbert and Ivan and
how you respond to a Category 3, while this is the same hurricane, you know, but it is not the same hurricane, because the destruction will be greater. You understand? So I think we are still learning from the past and mistakes. I have seen things in treating with the approach of the system in terms of communication and mobilization that is much improved from years gone. So I think we are improving. Are we the finished article? No. Will there ever be a situation where a system is perfect? No. But I think slowly and probably annoyingly, but I think we are learning from mistakes of the past. Far from being the finished article, but I'll also add this caveat to it, is that I have been to the parishes affected. A lot of the things that we want to reach the people couldn't reach the people because of how badly affected some of these areas were. You understand? It will take, and it has taken days for the roads to be opened up and all these. Like, it rough out there, my bro. Like when I said, especially at Westmoreland, and some parts of St. Elizabeth, and some parts of Hanover and Trelawney, and even St. James. Like, when I tell you, it is like nothing we have ever seen before. So, I mean, mistakes are being made, but I guess, lessons are being learned, and hopefully dealing with this situation and coming out of it is an opportunity for us to fine-tune our disaster response mechanism and different areas that needs to be brought up to time and modernized and become more efficient will be treated with. But there are disaster response mechanisms. It's just that sometimes they are not as well oiled as they should be or could be. And also different disasters, the response will be generally similar, but there will be peculiarities that will determine how fast or how slow and all that. So it is not a uniform thing, different things, because the response for burial and the response of Melissa would not be of the same magnitude, and the burial did not affect as many areas close to as badly as Melissa has. You understand? So me get it. But also, I have been on the road, my friend, and I have seen a lot of the governmental agencies at work already. So there's, probably we not see some of these things because social media don't always show these things. Them show the negative, and that is fine because we have to hold people responsible and accountable. However, things are being done. I have seen the mobilization of different agencies. For myself, I not hear from nobody, It's just that some of these communities, it took a while to reach them, and sometimes, as I said, we are not as efficient as we could be. But we haven't, man. That is what the Office of Disaster Emergency Preparedness, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, that is that is what that agency is designed around, to treat with situations like these, coordinating preparation and responses. You understand? But based on the magnitude of this, it will take a little bit, especially for access people and to provide the things that they need. So me get that. See, and I said, I haven't been able to look at the news much in recent days, so I don't know exactly what I go on. So I'm not say Zane, but just I have seen where mobilization is taking place. Is it at the pace that is required? Maybe not. But I don't think it's a situation where nothing happen. You get what I'm saying? One of the things, though, I think that has been lost on people is not necessarily you, but in general, this is not Gilbert. This is not Ivan. This is not Beryl, Gustavs. This are all of those things put together. If you get what I say. That is how bad this thing will continue to be. All the natural disasters that we have known in our lifetime as adults from this is all of those things put into one. Really bad, my friend. And as such, since as nobody has ever dealt with a Category 5 aftermath, it's a learning process. I wish things were at a level where you just put in the pieces and the thing flow naturally. We'd never treat with this before. So hopefully, going forward, because as you start the conversation rightly saying, this is not going away. This is a part of our life. It's just that we have gotten away in many instances that this is a moment in time where the lessons learned will be used to make the system more responsive and efficient and uniform. But a lot of things need to improve. I will be the first to tell you that, but it's a learning process too as well, and I can accept that for what it is. The persons who are on the ground suffering at the moment will not accept that, and that's fair, but I can accept that we're learning, and hopefully going forward things can be better. I mean, we are in a situation now where the country is actually insured against systems of this type of impact. The catastrophe bond. So based on the impact zones, the country will be able to pull down billions of Jamaican dollars to treat with the response thing. So that is a lesson learned. That is improvement from past events. So with the Ministry of Finance, the former Minister of Finance, Nigel Clark, would have seen a need for the country to become, think about it, the entire country has been insured for a situation like this. But you know that these things will happen overnight. The assessments will be done and pay out and draw down and procure all sorts of things. So these things take time, and but saying all of that, is the system as efficient as it needs to be? No. Is the system as robust as it needs to be? No. Zane? No. But again, we have never, ever in our lifetime, and hopefully never again in our lifetime, that we will have to treat with a Category 5 hurricane impact. So I don't know if me say all of that and it still not make no sense, but that is my assessment of the situation.
Sensible response, man. Me there. Sensible response. That's why me give you a chance to talk. Sensible response. I understand, but that's what me say. Me living away from the country for so long.
Yes.
You know about ADPEM and them people there. But it just seems like when they watch the videos and the news reports, it's like people still don't have shelter when I think maybe the army should have been able to provide tents and them stuff that people can have at least somewhere sheltered where them can sleep and them, you know what I mean?
Agreed to a level because the army can be airlifted in and stuff.
Yes, so that's why I ask. I say, it just don't seem right for we live with this is something we deal with every year.
Yes.
Whether we get a massive impact or not, we are going to get hit with either heavy rains or some breeze or something. So there should be a contingency where whatever happens, we can deploy people to go help.
Yeah. Agreed. I can't disagree with that none at all.
So that is why
as it relates to the military part of it, you mean that's a very valid point and a solid point. And then also, very valid point. I can't even, but I know that the military...
We're surrounded by water, even some inflated boats and them, because something we should have seen at the areas them were flooded and, we don't know. It just...
Yes. Some of these areas were like, in order to get to them, I mean, you have to... I don't know if I tell you. Yeah, I make some good points. I just know that, one... there has been improvement, and two, there still needs to be a lot more improvement. That is what I can say. Having been observing the responses down the years from I was a child coming up, you understand?
Yeah, of course, there are improvements, and I like the insurance aspect of it.
Yes,
that was a brilliant.
Yeah, man, absolutely brilliant, man.
That was a brilliant.
Call breaking up.
The monies are dispersed.
Yeah, one of the things though, sorry, with the boat and you see, I mean, I know you said the military is supposed to be able to respond to these situations. Some of these areas were really and truly hard to get to, you know. Even if you're airlift, boy, rough. Boy, I don't know. We understand what you answer still, brother. In an ideal world, with a very modern ODPEM with all the resources, that should have been the case. So hopefully, lessons have been learned. Sorry to have interrupted you.
No, man. As we say, you make valid points yourself and me understand all of what you say. But it seems like when you live in a first world country and you see how they deal with certain things,
right?
Even how regular civilians jump to action,
right?
Like say, for instance, in Florida, for example, when stuff like this happening, you see regular people, your neighbors, you see them bring out their equipment, them boat, them this, them that, and just like how we would have grabbed a machete and whatever we have,
definitely
to help. But it's just that what I'm saying is we are living in 2025. Right. Some things it don't take a lot of money to have these things. In terms of the government spend money for some carelessness to teach them. We can't go for
which
that.
Is true.
So that's what me I say. I mean, I want to get
you're making very valid points, and all of these should be, and I mean, looked at and trying to make the response more robust and efficient in the future. But as I said, we would never have been in a situation like this before, like never in our lifetime. Gilbert was a Category 3 hurricane. You understand? That was the last direct hit that we suffered. Landfall system. Zane, we have had very close shaves from the Ivans and the Beryls and the Deans and so on. So dealing with this will definitely be a moment of learning for a lot of people involved in these, in the response agents, the response teams that will be out there. And the next thing, my bro, you see, new media is a very powerful thing. But it can also sometimes people decide how them curate them content for the desired effect that they want. And sometimes these persons always are not being as fair and as balanced in their dispensation of with these content as they can be as well, you know. So, and I've seen that firsthand. There's a lot of sensationalism. There's a lot of if you know go so it near go so there's a lot of he said, she said sometimes, and it just made the whole thing worse than it really is. Whilst we need to have people who are willing to raise the hard questions and hold representatives accountable, excellent. But I am also, having been in the space, operating, observing, looking on, I know that sometimes many people do things just because they want to, you know what I mean, elicit certain responses and paint a particular type of picture. Like I'm lose a caller. And also, yes, the first world reference is critical. We hope to get there one day, but we are still on our road and a journey to becoming a developed, as what we call, first world country. There are many mistakes have been made that in the past that are still costing us. We are still making mistakes as we mature as a nation. But we are make progress. It's just in some cases slow progress or too slow progress. So I get that too. But big up yourself, Carla. Very valid points. Can't dispute the fact that you made some very valid points. Good night, Carla.
Good night. How are you, Teach Them?
I am okay for the most part.
I'm actually calling from the U.S.
Okay.
But I just want to put South Trelawney out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my mom is from.
Yeah.
I was able to make contact, not with her, but through other people. But I don't see anybody really talking about Southern Trelawney.
Yeah.
And it is very bad.
Yeah, I know, because Southern Trelawney would have been in the path when the system was exiting the island. So I know.
Albert Town. Oh, I'm crying. My childhood church, my childhood school, everything is gone. I saw some videos today, and I don't see anybody talking about Southern Trelawney. There's no road leading from Christiana coming back down to Southern Trelawney through Lorimer's come to get to Albert Town. They have to remember. I feel for Black River, don't get me wrong.
Definitely.
But I need for Trelawney has always been the forgotten parish. We are also the bread basket parish. We give everybody yellow yam. They cannot forget about us up there.
Southern Trelawney, Albert Town. All right. Because yesterday when I went around, I was on just the outskirts because I didn't even know accessible some of these places are at this point in time. But as the days go by, I will venture into some of the interior communities to see, what is going on. So hopefully I'll be able to provide some more insights and information as to what is going on the ground. But I know that Southern Trelawney, many parts of Trelawney, because the system would have tracked across a lot of, Trelawney as well on its way out. So I can, just imagine. It's just that at this point in time, based on where the information is coming from, mostly is those areas that people are focusing on. And I get that, definitely. So, and that is why we started in Trelawney, really, but we didn't venture into Trelawney. But I'll definitely try to get some information as the days go by.
I have to credit some of the young vloggers up in Southern Trelawney because they're putting out videos on YouTube.
Oh, okay,
and
awesome.
That's how some of us are able to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But Southern Trelawney, they need to focus on us up there also.
Yes, and this is also where the parish coordinator for ODPEM becomes very important, and also the political representatives also have a very important. I'm going to comment on it because one, they are the people on the ground. They are the people who knows the areas, know these areas and also, you know, what is going on there. So it is them now. And you may not probably see them still, but I'm sure that they would be in touch with ODPEM and NAA and the National Command Center and stuff. So that is why I said it becomes very important. I've seen Dayton Campbell. I think there was an interview with Dayton Campbell in the Gleaner sometime today. He's not an MP for Clarendon, you know, but I'm just saying the member of parliaments have a significant role to play in treating with the logistics and coordination with the other agencies.
Yes, and I don't see any of them out there, and that from what I've seen so far.
Oh yeah, from what you have seen so far. Okay. Hopefully that becomes a little bit clearer as the days go by as well. And you say you haven't heard from your family members.
Oh no, I was able to get information about my mom. My sisters who are in Kingston will be going home to visit on tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So she will have family members. But I think we're good compared to other people. But Southern Trelawney,
All right, I'll definitely put Southern Trelawney on my to-do list. That to-do list is so long. And see what is happening. But I'm also happy that there are persons who are there who are able to actually share some information about what is going on the ground, because that is important. You understand? The more people who are able to share out information is very important in kind of putting all the dots together, building a bigger, broader picture. So big up to the people them in the vloggers or the YouTubers in Southern Trelawney who are currently, providing some information as to what is going on down there.
And big up to you too. I watch you pretty much all throughout the whole storm. I got a lot of information from you. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm subscribed to your channel and I'll continue to support you.
Blessings, my friend. Really appreciate the continued support. Bless it.
Okay. All right, good.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Carla Speak and others, true like myself. I bet if some of families and died, they would speak in different story. Every country has shortcomings, but our leaders caring for our nation. Taking first world countries, remember George Bush and his administration. I've seen when there was a flood in Texas recently, and the response from central government was highly, as a federal government, because the United States was people were very critical and upset. I understand, but I know that people want to hear from their family members, and family members who are impacted want to see aid and relief flowing in. It is just the way it is, and I hope that becomes the reality sooner rather than later as well. But, it is unfortunate that these areas have been so badly affected. It is the geography, it is the access that is also slowing down some things. I have been out there, as I said, I spent an entire day trying to move, trying to get into St. Elizabeth, deep into St. Elizabeth, and I was only able to move from Santa Cruz to Lacovia in 3/4 of a day. The rest of it was spent reaching Santa Cruz and also going back home. So I understand the frustration. I do understand the frustration also, but there's another side of it that I do, but I'll keep that because that is not going to provide any, hello caller, that's not going to provide any comfort to anybody who is suffering at the moment. Good night, my friend.
Good night.
Bless it.
Yeah, first thing I have to say is there was a hurricane in the early 2000s in New Orleans, the U.S.
Katrina.
Over 2,000, over 2,000 people. We remember the response from the government. And that hurricane was not as powerful as this one.
Not far from doing, but yeah, true. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, okay, but that's not what I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Southern Trelawney.
Mm-hmm.
Some video, wicked.
Okay.
Wolf a landslide, whole span inside and all them something there. But as a person who come from a part there, I remember growing up, we have a lot of pine tree all over, millions of pine tree. And one of the things my father say is, them plant them a couple of things because of the weather. A lot of landslide, so reduce that.
Mm-hmm.
Reduce the wind speed.
Yes, they act as windbreaks. As windbreakers, true.
And also lightning strike.
Oh.
I remember as a little boy.
I'm not sure about the other part of the work still, but sure, go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah. I remember as a little boy, because I don't go up there, but I remember go to visit as a little boy in the late 80s, early 90s. From a region of the area, all you can smell is pine. When you look on the hillside, all you can see is pine tree all over, millions of them. The people them cut them down. When you go there now, all you can see is just bare hillside and mountainside. And that kind of help to contribute to a landslide.
100%, absolutely, 100%.
Yes. And a lot of houses are get damaged. So what me I say, the government must immediately start plant them back and make sure that people know say, okay, they can't cut them down. Because I know say most people who live on the North Coast side, they don't know say boy them part of Jamaica have winter. So when it come on to December, October,
cool and nice.
January, yes.
Used to be anyways, yeah.
Yeah. So, but me remember year 2018, I go visit my father. And me remember me and him on the veranda. And me tell her, say, which part me live right now? I live upstate, New York, Buffalo. And there's a cold place there. And me did there. It was in December. And I sit down on the veranda with him. And I have to tell him, say, make we go in because the breeze are blowing, it's cold. So even though me kind of live in an area for many, many years, we're cold. Me sit down on the veranda and it still when get cold and whole breeze are blow. So what me I try to say, one, the government is really go back to plant back them tree there, them pine tree there.
I think, well, I don't know about pine, but I know there's a national tree planting initiative ongoing, you know. I don't even remember how much trees them say them want to plant. I think it's 5 million trees. I don't remember over a period of time. So I know that is ongoing. But I get exactly what you're saying. And when you hang up the call, I'll explain because some people probably don't understand the relationship between trees and landslides and flooding and them something. So I'll make sure to go back through that.
Yeah. So that is one of my points. The other point I want to talk about is Jamaica Defense Force. The government needs to start treat the Jamaica Defense Force as a military. By real military-grade equipment. You see me buy like a Bell helicopter for the military. And police them forgetting them the helicopter there. We want something where when we have situation like this, them can put out the military and the military have the equipment for do them work. Because we can't say you put out the military but you don't give them the tool. I mean, I watch some video, I see soldiers them they hold them like a little armored vehicle, and basically they did it with their hand. We need the military to have real equipment, heavy duty equipment. Truck what can go to drive to 6 feet of water. We know so them did it. I know people going to say, boy, we don't need them and all them stuff, but yes, we need it. If we want to be a modern country, we have to make sure the military can match with development set speed. And we plan for all these things when they come up. So that instead you're going to wait for America to give us this or America can help it. We can at least start the whole thing and make sure, say, boy, we can start the relief and so people say,
I can agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that suggestion whatsoever.
And the last thing now is the airport where the government decides that they want to build a Negril. I hope in the next month or so the Prime Minister going to come out and say, and going to fast track that to build a new airport in a Negril and the cargo airport in a
Burnham Field?
Clarendon. Yes. And make it a national project. That means it go in a delay. You go straight ahead and start doing it now because what about if we should get a tsunami? all of them places where we have them things, what going to happen?
Yeah.
So we need to make sure we have these things in place. That means that when these things happen, because they're going to happen, we have the facility to deal with it.
Yeah.
So if these 2 airports or these 3 airports did literally wipe off, what would have happened to Jamaica?
In terms of receiving outside assistance, yeah.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, man, I get exactly what you're saying, man.
Need to start building something. Now wait and say you're going to wait to go through no red tape and all that foolishness. Say, just deal with it and say, look here, we're going to start building now, not in the future.
Yeah.
So anyway, me always watch your program them and thing. You do a good job and thing, and big up saying.
Give thanks, man. Very, very, very interesting calls. Very solid points put forward.
Yeah, man, for real.
Yeah, man, definitely. And also, you would have also made the point about Catherine and Louisiana, which is, you know, an important point in the context that we are in as well. So that wasn't lost on me. So brilliant call.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. All right.
Blessings. Yes.
All right.
So read trees. Trees are always your friend. Planting trees. As a matter of fact, there's a say. I don't know if it's a saying, but it should be a saying. So if you cut down 1 tree, you plant 2. And Chris is corrected me saying it's actually 3 million trees in I don't even know the time frame. And she's also speaking about the importance of mangroves. There has been areas in the country where projects are ongoing, where mangroves are being repopulated and replanted and so on. So some things are going on, and it's just that these things sometimes are happening in isolation because social media and conventional media don't necessarily put these things forward because they are not going to generate the interest and the views that are required. But then, as I said, the Jamaica Information Service, people don't really watch that. However, if you are interested in what is going on in the country, watch GIS at least once per week. Like, a lot of these things are always on GIS. As it relates to the importance of trees in a situation like this. The hurricane is going to blow down a lot of them, you know, as you would see. However, trees, especially with agriculture, they plant trees in and around the farms to act as windbreak to help to protect whatever they're cultivating. What the trees do, especially, you don't want them close to your house because they will blow down on your house, but if they are around, they will help to also break the flow and the force of the wind as windbreak. But what the trees do in the water cycle is that when the rain is falling to the ground, the trees act as what we call, in the water cycle, they act as interceptors. So they intercept the rainfall from hitting the ground directly. And that is critically important. It may sound simple, but it is of great importance. So the trees, especially if it is heavily forested and you have a canopy, it causes the rainfall to break. So it breaks the rainfall from hitting the ground directly. And you might have said, then why important? All right. Couple things. One, if the rain is allowed to hit the ground directly, always it will cause erosion quickly. Then break up the soil, wash it away, soil erosion, and then that lead to siltation in our gullies and rivers, and that lead to our next whole host of problem. When the trees act as interceptors, a lot of that water now, instead of hitting the surface quickly, over time, it flows down stems and the trunk of trees into the root in the process of infiltration. So that is also helping to slow down or limit the process we talk about during the hurricane, surface runoff or overland flow. See? So it is helping to regulate the flow of water over and on the earth's surface. The same trees that we are talking about, critically important. Also, what the trees do is their roots help to keep the soil together. So the more trees you remove, the more exposed the soil becomes. It is not exposed to all the elements. The soil erosion becomes a problem. And the soil becomes looser because the roots are not alive anymore to help to keep the soil together. So erosion is a problem. And then in areas of high elevation, landslides become a problem. But our next geologist said that for your next time. As somebody said, the trees act like an umbrella. I'll take that. Brilliant. See? But I'm not class with it now. I run through that. Read the lightning part of it. I don't know about that aspect of it. To be honest with you, never really came across nothing in my time in school and college to speak to that part. But the trees, planting trees, and as development and industrialization takes place, and we are now creating more and more impermeable surfaces with asphalt and concrete, so water cannot enter the soil, and like we are, or human beings are human beings' worst enemy. You understand? We create most of the issues that we are facing ultimately, or even if we don't create them, we create a situation where they are exaggerated, so they become more and more of a problem. You understand what I mean? I say? So that is the situation, especially the wheat tree. Big head boy, big yourself, family. You understand what I mean? I say? So, and with these things, in nature, there's a relationship between everything, sir. You disrupt one area, the ecosystem is thrown off. So all of these things are part and parcel of our making. But that's the next story for you next time. You understand what I say? So yeah. Teach took me back to grade 9. Damn. That's how I think, man. You know, with there, and is one of them. Teach them for a reason. The channel name is, you know what I mean, there for a reason. Like, it was thought about for a few days. You know, we are going to teach them. Me know people, we see people comment before say, where you teach? Where you teach? You know, teach, especially if me do a video where me not provide them with what they want here. That's how I think. But with there, yeah, trees help to conduct the lightning bolts back to the ground. Okay. Me never did even think about it that way. Okay, fair enough. Accepted. Makes sense. All right. All right. The trees directly connect the ground. Yeah. Why I never did think about that? But all right, uno bright. Me like that. The class good. It was 3 million trees to be planted in 3 years. Started in October. Oh, so that done then. So we need 3 more million trees in 3 years then. All right. There. Address the social about lightning and I'm gonna say the clip in as I'm big. Big up yourself, you know. Joel RT, blessings my friend, thanks for the contribution. So my brilliant subscribers and viewers are saying that, I mean, the trees are in the ground, they are grounded. So what they do is they help to channel the lightning strike into the ground. So they're acting like a grounding rod, which makes a lot of sense. Makes sense. I like that. On the bright. Them class I like. You know, in them class and you them a fire. You under a vibe, or when the bell ring in a class, I don't let the next teacher wonder where you them there, mute them there. Good class. But yeah, that is it, peeps. Very good call. See? So here we go on. So I now spend the whole night with you know. Because I'm still slightly on the tired side. But I just going back through some things. One, and when we say the impact zones, we're talking about areas of St. Anne, areas of Trelawney, Hanover, Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth. Zane, areas of Manchester, some areas of Clarendon would have gotten, beaten up. The entire island felt effects of the system. Some areas outside of those western parishes experienced wind damage and severe flooding as well. But the ground zero is that western corridor there, from St. Elizabeth around to primarily Trelawney, St. Anish. See? So that western block of parishes. So, as the days go by, I know from driving through the areas yesterday that some of these areas are in a very bad state. And bad is putting it mildly. I know that many of these people are in need of many things, everything in some cases. Yeah, I know that there have been a lot of pledges for providing aid and relief, and also that there are other mechanisms at play that will influence the distribution of relief and aid as well. I know also that many Jamaicans outside of these parishes have been going into these parishes providing aid and relief for those most affected. Then, I also know that the recovery process will take a long time. I know that there will be frustration, anxiety, concerns, and even anger along the way, but we shall rise from this as well. You understand? We have never treated with anything of this nature, and it will take time to really fully grasp that for one, and also understand that these things will scar many people, not only physically, but emotionally, psychologically as well. As I've said before, that just the sound that those winds over 180 miles per hour would have made will cause PTSD for many people for a long time. People in their homes having their roofs being ripped off in seconds that will never leave them. People in their houses seeing water rising extremely rapidly, no roof. They will never forget these things. People would have seen trees and light poles falling onto their roofs. They will never forget these things. You understand what I mean? I say, people hearing the roar of the sea crashing against the road or the house that they live in, they will never, ever forget these things. You understand? It is going to be a long walk to recovery, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. However, if all of us as Jamaicans living here in Jamaica, living in the diaspora, unite with a singular focus of helping everybody affected as best as we can to recover in a timely, dignified manner, then it can be done. Zane, we just need to approach the thing with care, love, humanity. It is also my hope that the death toll as it stands at 28 remains at 28. Yeah? As a matter of fact, a death toll of 28 from a direct hit of a Category 5 hurricane is actually, strangely saying this, is not bad at all. We have seen one hurricane killed hundreds of people in the past. You understand? So at this point in time, I am expressing my deepest sympathies and condolences to all the family members and friends of the 28 victims, and I hope that no other deaths will be recorded as a result of the system. As in, missing people will be found alive and all of these things. 28 is really and truly on the lower side, all things being considered. From the destruction and damage that I saw, 28 is a blessing. As bad as it is just a reality. And I know it may take some people a while to process that statement. I understand some people may even find it offensive, but it's just the truth. A Category 5 hurricane is usually believed with more death and destruction behind it than 28 as it relates to deaths. Yeah? So right now, I hope that number don't change. Also, aside from the response, hopefully it becomes ramped up in the coming days and widespread. I am hoping, it is my greatest hope that there is no outbreak, one, of any disease in relation to the aftermath of the passage of Hurricane Melissa. That is one, the outbreak. Secondly, even if there's anything, God forbid, these are isolated incidents and there is no spread of these outbreaks. It is part and parcel of the aftermath of these systems where contaminated water become ingested, contaminated food being consumed, all sort of things. It is a part and parcel. But I hope that the response will be timely and swift and comprehensive enough to ward off and prevent all of these things. I also hope that the Ministry of Health will treat with the potential explosion in mosquitoes and whatever they may, whatever disease that mosquitoes, bring, are all of those teams that go out and treat with these mosquito breeding sites and all are out and about, and we will not suffer any additional impact from the system. Yeah? Or the aftermath of the system. We have suffered way more than enough already. I hope that there is nothing else in relation to the system that will occur negatively going forward. Also, it is my hope that my Jamaican brothers and sisters who are at this point in time finding ways to exploit the disaster that Melissa has created, that you're looking at yourselves and do better. You understand? And ask yourself, how would you feel if you were on the receiving end of what these people are and you are being exploited by criminals like yourselves? It is one of the darkest moments in our history. It still hasn't dawned on people how bad this thing is, but it will over time. And we have experienced dark moments before. You understand? We managed to overcome and rise above those, and we will overcome and rise above these things, these effects of Melissa as well. It will just take, a long time and a lot of effort and coordination and vision and leadership. Zane, and leadership from all agencies and authorities involved in the response and recovery efforts. And for the reports that suggest that there are men who are holding up and robbing people who are heading into these parishes to provide aid and relief. Yo, boy, I don't know. Also, if you intend to go in these areas to do same, I encourage you to seek assistance from the police in the parish that you are heading into. I think there's a mechanism where if you reach out, there will be possibility of you being provided with an escort of sorts by a police officer or officers. I have not myself utilized that provision or possibility, Zane. And also, peeps, whilst you are trying to put back the pieces of your lives together, a lot of these buildings, even though the walls may be up and the columns, some of them have been compromised by the wind strength, for one, and also the amount of water that has, gone into the soil during the passage of the system. So be careful as well as you try to put back your roofs on and stuff. Always try to get somebody who is qualified and skilled in some of these things. I know some of the times that is an expense, but every community have 2 carpenters and 2 masons and 2 plumbers and them something there. In these times, let your sense of community and neighborhood be a guide, yeah, sir. And you see me? And for the people who are out there, again, who plan to use this unfortunate situation to exploit consumers by increasing, what we call it, price gouging, prices on items, using a conscience. Be conscionable in these times. It is already a difficult situation. Let us not, out of greed and the quest for an extra dollar, pressure those who are already under pressure. For all those Jamaicans at home and abroad who are yet to hear from your family members, your friends, your loved ones, I hope that in due course, in the shortest possible time, there will be some form of contact established and you will find a little bit more peaceful nights and days knowing that your family members, even though the property may have been damaged or destroyed, they are still alive. Yeah, but I know what else to say. I will be spearheading some relief from my side. I intend to go in on Monday and probably one or two more times before the week ends to see how best I can. Some of the runs will be for delivery, as in items, and there will be some runs that it will be to give off my time and labor in some instances where it's possible. Zane, I kind of differ from, most of these areas in terms of time and everything else. So the frequency may not be as great as, I'd probably want it to be. Plus other things on my side, being a father and stuff, doing that part right there, especially when school reopens and them something. So we'll see what happens, but I intend to help as best as I can. At this point in time, if you are in Jamaica and you are in a position where you are able to provide any of the items that would make these people's life a little bit more bearable at this point in time, I am more than happy to help you get it to them. So toiletries to include tissues, toilet paper is very important, toothpaste, toothbrush, bath soap, all of these things, disinfectants, Dettol, all of them something there, wipes, Zane, hand sanitizers, drinking water, tin stuff, clothing, bedding items, tarpaulin, all of these things, sanitary napkins, all of these things, plastic cup and all of them something that would help in these trying times. If you have solar lamps or lights, those would be very, very useful as well. Or flashlights and them something there, and batteries, all of these things. Just reach out to me. You can reach out via this number because I have this phone a lot since the live streams, because I know people have been reaching out and stuff. So you can get me on this number, 773-0059, which is the call-in number and call-in WhatsApp. However, the channel phone is a different number. This is the phone that I have on me 99.9% of the time. The number is in the description of every stream and every video. 876-321-6425. Again, 876-321-6425 or 773-0059. Feel free to reach out. If you call and not get me, call back. Down the road, I'll try to return as many calls if I miss them, and I will try to clear all the messages, guys, in a timely manner. Again, diapers for babies, diapers for the elderly, all of these things, dressing, them something. I don't know what go on. Like whatever it is you think, and over-the-counter medication, you know, it can't be prescription medication because we don't have the prescriptions, but over-the-counter medication and all of these little things, the alcohol and the Band-Aid and the gauze and these things, we will, you know what I mean, a lot of people will use these things. If you have mattress and them something there, I'm not sure how, because based on my vehicle can't manage them big items there yet. But I don't. If you have, if I can take it, I'll try to get somebody from the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, or the military, or the JCF to help with that. So whatever I am not able to bleach, you understand, them something there, yeah, definitely. Whatever I am not able to get done, I will try to get agencies that have the capability to treat with these things. So I am here to help, guys, as best as I can, in the best way I can. I am willing to give of myself to help with this recovery process for as long as I can. I intend to go back in various communities over time to, boy, I gotta feel one of them time, you know, one of them time to provide updates as to what is going on and what kind of progress has been made since the passage of the system and these things. I have a few ideas in mind. As I said, that I don't really always say everything. I just work on these things. I will action some things tonight into tomorrow. Some of these things will cost a lot, but we'll see what happens. Because we may have to treat with, unfortunately, similar situations down the road. That I definitely need connectivity on the road. I'm going to intend to use my home Starlink, which is the new one that they want to give me, because that requires 2 months setup. So I need a Starlink mini. So I need to treat with that before the day ends, really. And some other things going forward, we'll see what happens. So link me up. I will start acquiring also drinking water, bottled water. That is very important. That is so critical, really, because that will also help to prevent the outbreak of waterborne diseases and these things. So link me up. I am doing I've been doing some coordination from morning, because it was always my intention to go back in multiple times. The drive-through was just that drive-through to kind of show people what we are dealing with and stuff. But I will be making a few runs in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Trelawney, Hanover, St. James over time. The journey is long and bumpy and slow sometimes, and you have to stop in traffic for a long time, so all sort of things. But last night I was in Bamboo Avenue for over an hour last night because of a combination of indiscipline and cowardness on the road. And some people now not even want bamboo leaf touch them vehicle. Like, drive up the vehicle, man, and go on where you go. Some big old van mount, bigger than... I drive a smaller SUV, see? As I said, the amount of hills and valleys that a vehicle they go through since burial. Drive up the vehicle and come out of the way, and man, time, go on, man, go on. Then you have some people a turn, because sometimes the road is blocked on one side. So one line of traffic can go through while somebody pass there. So each side get 1 minute. But then some people now can't wait. Double up one side. All sort of crap on you. Indiscipline. Yo. Boy, I mean, then tired. So that was so. And then me hungry. Me can't tell when last me feel so hungry. So whilst me the day I said me I hope me reach Santa Cruz. Last night me in the car, so I would have drink a cup of soup from a junker right now. If me see a junker, I buy some soup, that is how. Because on the road, no light, nowhere, no food, like only snacks on one shop with a generator in Hanover. Like I've never been that hungry for a long time. And me I say yes. Boom so, 2 middle quarters, boom so. We start bamboo half height, you know. So me I tell you, at the last half of Bamboo Avenue, me get all up for over an hour. Hungry with that. Then when me reach a Santa now, 2 jerk man. None of it look like them jerk and chicken done and them a jerk again. One of them did have soup. That keep me till me reach. I mean, yo, rough man. Same thing. Well, I don't know. But me there. These journeys are not for the... If you go out the morning after a hurricane or a 2 or so day after, in some areas, I have been through it. Light poles in a road you drive and a light wire with 45-degree angle and a light pole are swinging. I've been there, you understand? I'm not going to take any life-threatening risk, but we know how to navigate the streets and we know what is enough and when enough is enough and when to turn back. So we're there. But I plan to go in these places bringing the stuff that I am able to acquire and also the stuff that are provided through you and your friends and family. So we're there. Peeps, get rough out there. I pray that tonight these people who are without roofs will not be any rainfall. I hope no rain no fall down this for a long time. Rainfall at St. Elizabeth last night when I come through. And I never like that. I mean, it's natural, but I was just thinking about these people without roofs. Rain and fall, no light. In some cases, no food. In some cases, no dry clothing. You understand? So all of the clothes them want to have in on a closet, want to now wear, put them in a something. All of the kids' clothes where them grow out and you know plan for having more children. And if by the time you have children again, new clothes, man, focus. Bag up the thing there, make we distribute them properly. You understand what I say? So I'll talk to you guys as soon as you reach out or we are able to, and we keep the thing going. And I'll always provide you with an update as to what I'm doing and what has been done and what we plan for doing next and them something there. So peace. And the people that would reach out to me immediately after the storm and say, Teach, you know, so we want you do some things. And I say no, because we can't deal with them something there and people and them money and them something there. As I say, if you can get the stuff, if you can get physical stuff to me or purchase, it is always better that way for me. But based on how dire the situation is now, whatever it is, I'll find a way to make it work and provide you the proof that we deal with the things. You understand what I say? So it is just that time and that situation where we just have to, you know, put some of our own principles and approaches on a local side, not far enough, because I mean, take them up back and keep them, put them back on me. But we are relax a few local things we know because we know it's a serious times. Peeps, thanks for your continued support. I want to make the thing work. And for those who haven't heard from their family members, I sincerely hope that changes soon. I can't stress that enough because I know the strain that puts on people mentally and emotionally, not knowing. You understand? Even if the house is them damaged or destroyed, we just want to know so people them alive and well. Peace, big up on yourself. Walk good. Step with Jah. Safe job upon the gravel. Me soon. I'm out. Oh, before me finish, R.S. Bailey is saying tents. If you have access to tents and I'm willing to donate those, we'll definitely go and carry them and give those people who need them. So tents, tarpaulin, camping bags and camping gear and them something there. Those things will help in these times. Zane, you know, as I said, solar lights and them something there where them can actually get local power and them something there. Big up on yourself. Yeah. We talk. Manners. Good night to everybody. I can't go through all I name them, but big up on a nice, clean, intelligent, kind, understanding, considerate selves. Inflated beds. All of them something there. Sponge. All of these things. Yes. Sleeping bags and these things. All of the things that people do. Chris is going to make a list and I'll post it on the channel community page of things that and other people can help Chrissy make a list because Chrissy been a work through the whole hurricane, you know. You understand? And someone just sitting in front of the class and look for me, do some work. So I will make the list them and I'll post them on the channel community page. So even though I'm not post on video, you will see that. I still have other content can post. As I tell you, say, when I went from Santa Cruz to Lacovia in 92 hours, I have the video them. I just never post them. I was just frustrated and annoyed. I don't post them. I not even post them in the video today. So I still have them they can post. I still have some GoPro video, some other drone shot, all sort of shit. I can't, you understand? I not stress on neither, because too much video I got shown make you stress too much more to you. So right now, it's stressing. Look more. I feel if you upload the Santa Cruz to Lacovia video, I post them one of them time. You understand what I say? Yeah, big up. I love you now. One of them time. Art of love. Manners.